My name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. And today, for those of you that are new here, I am a professional intuitive empath, and I am going to be sharing some of my candy with you, getting stuck on things, as we do. Hold on one second, guys. Let's get the crooked. No, still crooked. Bear with me here. We're going to get it. Boom. So look, boom. All right. So happy to be sharing some energy with you today. I was just on previously doing a live. I just had an hour of client, and that is done. I've got my tissue on hand, should I need it. I have got some aqua on hand, should I need it, and some seltzer on hand. Oh my gosh, it's berry seltzer. I'm living my best life, okay? Mm-mm-mm. So let's enjoy that. Now, what I promised is that I was going to come on here and do a reveal of my purchases today. Hold on, you know what I have to do? I have to bring in something else here that matters, and we're going to take a look at that real quick. Hold on one second. Babe? He's delighted. Can you bring that fan that's on the coffee table, please? My husband's delighted. Let me tell you, no husband loves a honey-do list. I was like, I'm working out. I'll leave you alone for a few hours. And he's like, really? He didn't believe me. He wasn't wrong. Thank you. Appreciate it. And yet he delivers. Remember I told you guys I got something that was magical, that delighted my senses. This is it. So this is one of the things that I'm going to talk to you guys about. No, that'll be all, darling. Thank you. He's sick of me, y'all. Sick of me. But that's okay. We're gonna make up, and we're gonna kiss and make up. This is gonna be fun. Nothing like a little vacation, sexy time. TMI. It shouldn't be. Get too sleepy with the people that are sleeping next to you. Amen? All right. But let's talk about this real quick. And yeah, specifically fifth house. I was putting away my decks. Let me see if I can show it to you, because I was telling you guys that I'm here, I'm working. I have a gallery read to do. Bing, 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 bing. This one is so heavy. Oh, you guys have to know how much I love you to show this to you. Okay, let me get my headset out of the way, because I just logged off with my clients. This is just one of the assortments. Oh, look at this. Wish fulfillment showing up here with the Nine of Cups of cards. Because when you are a reader, what happens is your card collection becomes quite extensive. And my card collection is twice the size of this. Oh my goodness, we are boobylicious. My card collection is twice the size of this. So it is so heavy, but when I travel and I do gallery reads, I always have my cards. And these are what you saw earlier. These right here, the Daughters of the Moon. So I'm going to put them down because, my God, it's like a workout lifting that. All right. Sorry for the noise. Sorry for the craziness. But so you understand, that holds about 40-something decks of cards. And it is no joke. But that's what I wanted to do here with you guys tonight, is just a little bit of show and tell. Oh, we're getting all of our stripes under control here, and the boo-boo-has, which are just living their best life. Sorry, sometimes you got to do a little lift and a separation. All right, so now we've got all that in control, we put away the stack. Fifth house, though, ruling play, creative self-expression, and hobbies. In karmic astrology, the fifth house indicates how we enjoy our free time. However, and how we express our creativity, lack thereof, depending on what sign and planets are in the fifth house, there is a need to engage more in self-expression or balance out our urge for play with practicality. This can also indicate past life blockages around the solar plexus chakra, natural ruler of the fifth house. The natural ruler of the fifth house is Leo. I promise you guys I'm not drunk. Listen, you see how it says natural rule of the fifth house is Leo? Can you guys see that? If I can get it to focus. See if you can focus on that. Whoever made these cards did not use all of the grammar Jesus gave them. So it makes it sound like you're a crazy auntie reading it. That's been at the barbecue too long. So I am a Leo, and that rules the fifth house. And so I believe in fun. I believe in getting out. I believe in creativity. Hence, I believe in this fan from Ghana that I ran into today. Remember I was telling you that I was dealing with walking around for a while, for a couple hours today, Yeah, I would say it was about a couple hours. And what I was doing was having this wonderful moment to kind of reconnect with society. And it's something that I haven't had the opportunity to do in a while. I have been living in this kind of bubble of healing, and I've been very hermited. But, as Donda West says, even if you are not ready for day, it cannot always be night, right? Mm. This fan is evidence that it cannot always be night. And I love this so much. So let's talk about it. I'm going to share with you some of the things I got in the haul. Maybe I'll pull a few cards. If you show up here, say hello. And we will answer some questions because I'm told that I'm supposed to pull a card or two for you. I will tell you that the hangman just fell out underneath me and I'm not at home, and usually I have like those grabbers because that happens to me all the time. Like if people don't want something to come through in a message in an energy reading, the cards will like fly away from my table, like fly away. I'll fly away. Oh glory. They will fly away from my table and it's so annoying. But I don't care tonight because tonight I'm just supposed to be hanging out with you guys, okay? So, excuse me. This fan was something. Oh, wait. Message. Fifth house. Sun. Leo. Hey! Hey again. Hey again. My steel magnolia coming through my Symbala. Y'all, can I tell you something about Symbala? I love her. I do. I really do. My Symbala has come through and she did something so freaking cool. And I've talked about it before, so bear with me. She blocked negative energy. She literally called out demonic interference on one of my lives. Now listen, all lives are demonically interfered with because of the nature of it. And right now I'm at an Airbnb out of state, several states away. And so it is like subject to anything. I have the best Wi-Fi package on my phone for that reason specifically. And yeah. So love you too, Symbala. And she came through and she was like, hiya, and she karate chopped some energy for me that I totally needed to happen. And I was like, wow, when you divest from negative energies and people that have been holding you back, you really do find your tribe. And even the toxic people in your life, guys, can we clap it up for the toxic people? A little slow golf clap for the toxic people in our lives who also find their tribe. They found their wicked people, they found their covens, they found their low vibrational polyamory swinger set. No offense if that's your jam, but what I'm telling you is that it was not ours, divine feminine. It was not ours, earth angel, yeah? And they found their people, and I was kind of like happy for that person, even though she was a hater. I was like, girl, look at you. Look at you making friends with some of the worst people that have ever lived on this earth, but I am proud of you because no man is an island. We all need friendships, yeah? Guys, I have my Beyonce fan over here. You can't see it, and I've tried to turn it away so it's not too disrupting, but girl, it is hot. And that specifically brings us back to the fan and the fifth house, which is ruled by Leo. And that's what you need to know. Fifth house ruled by Leo. Energy is about our creativity and our play. And in what way we facilitate that. Let's see here. Oh, different deck. That's not the deck I just had. And again, as I just showed you, I have so many decks with me, and that's not all of them, but that's what I will be taking with me. I take my most pertinent. Fifth house, again, I'll read it. Ruling play, creative self-expression and hobbies. In karmic astrology, the fifth house indicates how we enjoy our free time, how we express our creativity or lack thereof. Depending on what sign and planets are in the fifth house, there is a need to engage in more self-expression, or to engage in a balancing out or an urge to play with practicality. This is also about connecting with our inner child. This also can indicate past life blockages around the solar plexus chakra associated with the color yellow, and it's a natural ruler of this house is Leo. So as I am a Leo, guys, I relate to this so much, as Medea says. So this fan today caught my eye. This is made in Ghana. I ran into this store and it was called Pure Vita. And it's so interesting because my angels have been working with me about Costa Rica. And they were like, girl, you're going. And so I booked a trip. And I was like, it was a dolo solo. I was like, no husband necessary, no bestie necessary. Like, this is apparently something me and my angels are doing. Jungle cruise, amazing energy, amazing. But this is stateside where I found this, but that store and that language, because it means a pure life, right? Pure vida. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at my Costa Rica connection. It was so interesting. But what I will tell you is I was attracted to this because of the colors. And it reminds me of that song by Khalees that I was recently doing a reading on, Kaleidoscope, because it is all these colors and it kind of looks like a kaleidoscope. It's made in Ghana, and one of the things that I love about it is that it folds up and it is truly leather bound. And it had a price tag on it that I was like, okay, I have a million little fans because girls, I live in Florida. Everything's hotter in Florida. Okay, so I'm always hot. Now I do have electric fans that are super cute that look like perfume bottles, right? So I'll pull those out any place and cool myself down. But I am not opposed to a good old Baptist church fan, okay? And I always have one in my purse that's really beautiful and gilded and sparkly. But I was like, wait a minute, Jesus. Wait a minute. It's like that song by Pharrell and Rihanna, 11. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. And so what I loved about it, let's talk about how everything in your life is raising your vibration. As a Leo sun, I pay attention to that. As a Taurus moon, I am acquisitory, meaning like things, right? So I have to be very mindful of all the things that it can bring. Sorry guys, I've been sitting funny. I have to be very mindful of all the things it can bring, because with the Taurus moon you can have a propensity to be a hoarder. Now I would like to call myself a collector because I do have a very balanced air sign that's like, no, get rid of all this stuff. Like I'll just have weird things where I'll purge like a ton of stuff for no reason, and my husband will be like, what's happening? But that is what I think my angels gave me to keep me in balance. But let's talk about this. I was attracted to this. One, I love that it was made in Ghana. I love that the store owner was in really great communication. There's going to be some other stuff I show you here that was sourced from Nepal. And she was like, I don't have the market for wool, though that is one of their greatest exports. And I said that to her. I said, it's their greatest export. And she said, yeah. So I found things that I thought my clientele would enjoy. So I love that. I love talking to people that are growing their small businesses. So I love it because of the yellow. That's solar plexus energy associated with the sun, associated with Leo. I love it because of the purple. That's the crown chakra, associated with amethyst, associated with our higher selves, associated with thinking. I loved it because of the blue throat chakra. I loved it because of the turquoise energy. I associate with Gemini peacock energy. That is the bird of India, actually, is a peacock, but it's associated with the sign of Gemini. I loved it so much because of the red. Many years ago, this would have been a thing I didn't purchase because of the red specifically, but I've been working on balancing my spiritual energy and my financial energy, and I was super attracted to this because of that specifically. And I loved it because of the brown and gold in here. That was very grounding, associated with root chakra, just like the red. So I was like, I needed it, and I love it because it's also made out of cloth, and it's firmly like the internal structure is really good, and it accordions up, and it can just slip into any purse I have, and I love it so much. And I usually am carrying purses that carry color. I will demonstrate that to you here, because I was walking around, I didn't carry like my big broad mane, I didn't carry anything else that was like heavy. I was really circumspect about that because I was like, I'm walking, right? So what I do is my KGL, that's my go-to, and this is Karl Lagerfeld, right, of London. And so I love this purse, and I get compliments on it everywhere I go. But let me tell you, this is ruled by the fifth house, so maybe I will title this video Fifth House Lessons, right? This is Leo energy all day, playful and childlike. The rainbow, right? And not for any reasons of my alliance, you guys know my sexuality, but the thing about this is this just makes me happy. I love rainbows, okay? I have a goddaughter, you guys heard me make a video with her recently. She's all rainbows and unicorns too, and so she loves to see me coming, and I love to see her too. We were talking about a dress I got her when she was in my wedding and all of that, just sweetheart stuff. And so that she's keeping because she's outgrown it. She's a string bean now. But anyway, this, you see a piece, guys, and the reason I'm talking to you about this is because Leo definitely rules shopping, as well as Taurus. So I have two signs that are all about like a nice thing, and so what I will encourage people to do, my own friends that are close to me, and also you, because as the last reading happened with Divine Feminine, that was one of the things that was being encouraged, like do something nice for yourself. And I encourage that to all of my friends, like buy really good thread companies, like really indulge yourself, because we have one life here on the spinning rock. We are not promised forever, so like make the best of it. And so when I saw this piece, I was with my bestie many years ago, and oh gosh. Hold on one second. We have a fan situation, y'all. Let's see if I can turn it back on. So I was with my bestie many. That is loud. Let's see if I can turn it down. One more. Okay. I must have set it on a timer. So I was with my bestie many years ago, and I was purchasing another purse, a different thing, and I was done. I had already checked out, and I saw this, and my soul, my inner child lit up. It looked like candy. If you get close on it, you can see it's got glitter, big chunks of glitter, little chunks of glitter, and Karl Lagerfeld of London. It was a designer piece. It had the strap. I knew I was never going to carry it like that. It was always going to be a clutch for me. And when I tell you guys, I cannot take this out without people being like, I love that purse, because their inner child connects with it. It's not about a floss or a flag. Nobody knows it's a name brand, and I don't say it's a Karl Lagerfeld. I don't like talk about it. But what they see are these colors. What they see is your childhood. What they see is a box of crayons. What they see is a rainbow chakra. If they are LGBTQIA, what they see is someone who is saying, I see you. And so it's wonderful. And who does love a little glitter too? It's like candy. It's made of this resin, and it has these swirls that remind me of like bowling balls. Can you guys see that here? This turquoise piece where it says KGL reminds me of bowling balls from my childhood, and then big chunky glitter, and then bright yellow for the solar plexus, and things that look like mercury in a science experiment, and pink glitter, and just magic. Do you believe in magic? So I like to pair things randomly, and so what I did was when I saw this, I thought, matchy matchy, perfect, right? So this can fit neatly inside of this little clutch, and I was very happy. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I got my fan, and I'm so happy about it. I love the leather. I love classy. I had a friend years ago who was a tourist, and that's one thing that she taught me. Every person that comes into your life has something to offer about a thing, and she taught me about finding, purchasing, and sourcing things that were classy, that were going to last, that were timeless pieces, and making sure that they matched or interchanged with other things that you had in your life. And also, I had a question. I had a couple of emails. I put a picture up in my community page, and I had a couple of emails from people that were like, "What was that purse? What was that?" So it is a clutch. It is a purse. Not much holds inside. I have my wallet. Oh, let me show you guys. My cell phone goes in there. Some hand sanitizer. Hashtag Panorama, and my keys to my SUV. So this wallet too. When I say find something that matches you, that is so for you, this wallet also is a conversational piece. And that's very Leo energy, very Taurus energy. It is a cassette tape. I'm an 80s baby all day long, all day strong. And this holds my debit, credit, cards, and all of that. Capital One, what is it? Your wallet, amen, platinum. Love to see it. But what I will tell you is it holds all of that stuff in here, and it just zips open, and it's simple. It's rose gold. It makes me delighted. I've got my little ID. We'll flash it quickly. Boom. All of that stuff. And then, of course, the essentials, because people have asked me, what do you carry around? Now, I have, again, a big purse. Hello, good people. Hi, Rain. Rain. So looking forward to connecting with you next week when I'm back in town. Rosewater and Ivy Girl. You know, little classics. Okay, a little Bath and Body Work. And then my cell phone can hold in here too, as well as keys. It is not much, guys, as you can see. I will show it to you because people have asked me before. It is simple. I always carry around my cards that are important and anything else. But it's perfect for a little stroll like I did today. And even though it is not black and white, it was colorful and it matched in its own way. So that's what I did. But that's also what I do to raise the vibration of my inner child too. I don't do it for other people. I do it for me. It makes me happy when I'm out and I've got my resin candy purse. It reminds me of Willy Wonka. It reminds me of Candyland. It reminds me of being a kid, but I'm a grown woman and I live it and I have no regrets about it. So that's that. Let's see what else I have in the haul. Something from Nepal. We're going to work backwards in our haul today. So I was in this shop. Remember I was telling you guys a moment ago. Pura Vida. So I was in this shop, Pura Vida. I was very drawn to it. What had happened is I'd gone to the Metaphysical candy shop, and I was so excited, and I got all my candy, and I knew that I wanted something else, and I thought about the Nepal prayer flags and various things, and I didn't know what it was going to be, and I even found this really cool angel. It was called an angel of light made in Kenya, because I love that this woman sources ethically from vendors all over the world. This is not like made in China. This is stuff made by hand in people's countries, and nothing against made in China, y'all. I shop Amazon too. I'm just telling you, when I can do better, I do. All right. And these called to me because I was like, I'm gonna wear them in my hair. I'm gonna put them on my table when I'm reading tomorrow. I am going to use these in so many ways because as a former preschool teacher, it reminded me of my teaching days, really. And again, I'm always seeking for ways to ignite and raise my inner child. So let's talk about what it is. It's handmade from Nepal. You hand wash and you air dry. Excuse me. It's a festive and fair trade from Nepal. Fun, functional, forever. Brightening women's lives while brightening your own. Made with love, but not as a toy. Keep away from children. So this is the picture here, literally of the people making it. Again, and not from China situation. I can't get that to focus in. And not from China situation. They're literally on the floor, and it comes in this beautiful muslin bag. You know, and it's 10 feet long, and it's a garland. So I'm gonna share it with you, y'all. I feel like I want to do the magician's trick. So let me see if I can get it to not be tangled. So I can do. Can you even stand it? Like, why? Fortunately, my husband had gone the other direction because I was like, I'm not explaining to you why this matters so much to me. So this is made in Nepal of dyed, hand dyed wool, and it is this just pom pom garland. And I was like, you know what am I going to do with it? Am I going to wear it like this, maybe in a video? Am I going to tie it in a around my head, maybe in a video? It reminded me of the song I used to sing with my preschool kids. Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? Okay, so and you see, even me doing that evokes a childhood energy. The song, the movement, the colors, and here's what I know too is it's so my aesthetic because I'm literally wearing these ball earrings because I love to play with patterns. Freaks people out. So I have on like heavy stripes today, but my belt is polka dotted and this is polka dotted and it's bright. Hi, Carolyn. That is so me, Rain. Like, I just love wildness, yeah? So maybe I'll keep these on as I'm doing the rest of the haul. And so I really love the integrity of the owner who was like, yo, I cannot sell just straight up wool in the climate that I'm in. But if it's something that makes sense that my customers are going to get into, and they had like coasters and they had like trivets and stuff made out of it, but I was like, this, my loves. Oh, wait, that didn't work the way I wanted to. This is it. I'll wear it as a necklace. I'll wear it naked. Y'all, I love it. It made me so happy. So this is a piece made in Nepal. It also made me happy that this was ethically sourced, that people are getting a proper day's wage for it, that women specifically are. And yeah, it made me happy. So that was a little bit of candy that I did see that I was like, need to have it. Now what happened is, as I walked outside across the street, because there were all these street vendors, there was this guy with a table. There were several people with a table, right? And so I was like, okay, so I am going to go over there because I felt called to. My angels really direct me sometimes on what to do and how to handle a thing, right? So I came across these. Boom. He had a table full. Now, the reason I even went out today, after I was done with lunch, I had a beautiful Indian lunch. And after I was done with lunch, I went out today because I was specifically looking for ruby. That's the stone that's been calling to me. The Crystal Clear series that I have is not me just buying a bunch of stones in bulk at one time. It's me being told specifically what to find by my angels and being sent out on missions to get it because I need to work with it in order to heal me. I have some stones here next to me that I'll be working with specifically in my readings, my gallery readings tomorrow with the ladies that I'll be working with for many hours. And so in any case, I'm very guided by my angels about what I need for my next level of healing because crystals have done a wonder for me regarding healing. And so one of the things that he had a table full of bracelets. He did not have ruby. He said, tomorrow I'll be back with ruby. And because of where my Airbnb is, I said, well, tomorrow I'll be back with money if you are right, if I like what I see. So it was funny because what my angels did draw me to were these copper stoned hand spun earrings. Now, I just love them. And he just had a bunch of various stones out on the table. Anytime that you don't know what to get in that regard, whether it's a deck of tarot or anything else, please, 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 like actually pay attention and see what you gravitate towards, okay? So this is what I gravitated towards because I've been doing many levels of healing, and physically is one of them too. Copper has amazing healing properties. That's something that we all know. But one of the other things is this copperite stone here that's in the middle, and I don't know if you can see it, but it has these little flecks. Let me get over here. I have a better focus here. And little sparkles. Can you see that? So it really caught my eye in the sunlight, and I thought, oh, I'll be wearing these when I do readings when I feel guided to. Now, what was so funny is it came, and if you guys can see this here, and they had no earring backs. And so I said to this young man in his 20s, I said, sweetie, go to Amazon. It's like $10. Buy 150 to 500 earring backs. No woman wants to buy an earring without a back, especially if they're these like lobster claw, or it's not a lobster claw, but hook. So he was like, "Thank you for the game, good sis." I was like, "You're welcome." So it was a great day because across the streets, people were selling like bud. Oh, I love that you love Copper Rain. See, everybody has their thing, their stone, and the thing that they gravitate towards. So that was what I thought. I was like, hauling, hauled it. So we'll put those away. I'm keeping the Nepal beads on, as you can see, and they're not beads, they're actually fully wool, like they're squishy. They remind me of pom-poms that I would glue on when I was working with my kiddos when I was a preschool teacher. Like, it just brought me back to so many happy memories, and I was like, yes, I need this. All right, now let's get on to the other things. Ah, so good. This was my Metaphysical candy store, and the store, I love the name, it was called Curio Craft and Conjure. Curio Craft and Conjure. And so, first of all, I got herbs to work with, right? As any good practitioner needs herbs to work with. Now, I make candles and various other crafty things. And so let's talk about what I picked up. Let's get out the lay receipts. I was just watching Lay Twins. Does anybody ever watch Lay Twins and their dance offs? Like, I'm a big, like, I have a lot of weird and varied interests. Sorry, this fan is giving me a Beyonce run for my money, and only she can do it effortlessly and flawlessly. So, Lay Twins, one of the, and they actually work with Beyonce, actually, as you commissioned them. Blessings, sis, unconditional love. Love your name. Blessings to you. So, what I'm doing is just a quick haul and talking about some metaphysical candy that I ran into today on my travels out in the world, out of state, as I'm doing a gallery read. So, I was at this place, Curio Craft and Conjure. Now, it's funny because there was a list of other things that came up as I was searching for metaphysical shops, because remember to thumbs up everyone. Oh my God, unconditional love. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. You know what's so funny is I never asked for like likes and subscribes so much. There's maybe a few videos you could catch me doing it in, but I always feel like if people like you, they're gonna do it. Like I do when I'm watching somebody. I just do it when I want to, when I feel called to, if the content, you know, moves me. So thank you. I appreciate that. But in any case, Lotus, okay, da, 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 da. So what did I get? What is this? I have motherwort, and they all have their own properties. I will make videos about these. So today I picked up some, thank you, some motherwort to use in my candle making and all of that stuff. And I have some spearmint. This is really powerful stuff too regarding certain things. Again, I'll make a video about each individual one. Just like with my Crystal Clear series, I've been really called to make an herb series so that you guys understand how you can create your own energy work properly, healthily, and under pure energy and white light, okay? Because, you know, when we contract it out for somebody else, we don't know what we're getting. And the thing is, we all are capable of this. We all have an innate intuition and knowledge to create things in order to get us to heal and move us to the next level. Now, I also will have things available for you very shortly. Spoiler alert. But what I will tell you about this is I want to educate you. Unconditional love says, I feel you, but sometimes a reminder helps, since not everyone is thinking about it. You know what? You're absolutely right, and that's why you popped up as an earth angel for me. Unconditional love, truly an earth angel. This sounds interesting, she says, and so she's right. She was speaking regarding commenting and the system of all of that. And a reminder does help. You sound like my business manager. Actually, it's so funny. My business manager on a weekly has lovely reminders for me to be a better practitioner in that regard. And what I will tell you is I've had great success in another area of my life that you guys are not privy to. And then I feel like I'm over here with you guys. It's like this incredible intimacy that I get to have, and I get to bring you into my life, and I'm traveling with you, and all these things are happening, and it's amazing. And you don't know that other side is incredibly professional and like all buttoned up. And over here, it's just like you guys fill my cup. It's just love, unconditional love, no coincidences. It's like just love here. And I want to build it up. I want a community of just love. So everybody that comes here, I'm so proud of you guys. Anyway, so I have red clover flower. This is very powerful for marriages and various things of that nature. Let's see what else I have in my bag of goodies. So I picked up some herbs, and this is what I call my metaphysical candy. No candy was purchased, no calories were purchased. This is all stuff that I used to work with. This is very powerful for banishing and other things like this. This is black cohosh root, okay? And anything black The black is very sweet as juice. But black obsidian, black tourmaline, these things are for banishing toxic or negative energy. So the message, yes, that is whatever we have been indoctrinated to, but it also works, and that's the truth. And then I also have valerian root, which is very powerful too. So they had like a great sale, if you will. So I picked up a few things. Pardon me, guys. I do not want to get my beads dirty while I am not smoking at all, or in by me at all. I was out in the sun for a lot of time. Yeah, I have some more interesting goodies definitely for you to check out. I was out in the sun for a lot of time, and I just really had this amazing kind of opportunity to connect with new things that were of interest to me. So these are some of the things, and when you guys receive message, spoiler alert, some of the things from me, you will know that they're done with integrity. You know, I was really guided and led many months ago, last year really, to create things as I was going through my own spiritual warfare journey. So as I was like tightening up and getting more physically and spiritually fit energetically, my angels were like, you need to give this to the collective, and it needs to be reasonable, and it needs to be available, because not everybody's going to want to go and do a recipe. And I am a classically trained chef, so recipes are second nature to me. It's not just about reading it, it's about feeling it energetically. And there are recipes for success regarding our health, regarding our love, regarding our sex, regarding healing, regarding banishing, regarding gossiping. There are recipes to stop things and to start things. And they said, you have a gift for it. And it's something that, as a Pentecostal person, I long to lay out in the sun, enjoy it. Says, oh my gosh, thank you, unconditional love. I didn't lay out in the sun for a long, long time. And then my angel said, time's up. And they moved me out, and it is divine. And I appreciate it. Like, I could cry at how grateful I am to not be in a hospital bed. God is good, man. So anyway, I'm not going to get emotional tonight. Got to keep the mascara on. I have one more Zoom meeting and reading before the evening is over, so we're going to keep our composure. However, the sun is amazing, ruled by my sign, which is the sun sign of Leo. Quite literally, sun sign is in Leo. It is well aspected, highly exalted in Leo. So these were some of my little like goodie roots that you'll be seeing featured in some of the things that I do and provide for you. As a yes, he is right all the time, ain't he? Won't he? Will he do it? Okay, he has done it for me in this past year, and I could not be more grateful. What I will tell you though is that there is this energy with being out in the sun, which grounds you. The card is here. The card is here, and it's so beautiful. This is the sun card, ruled by, and I get a better focus over here. Yeah. It was healing time. Yeah, it is healing time still. I'm healing in so many ways. I had a heartbreak, and then I had a body break, y'all. I had a body break, which was so good. I never thought I would say it, because it healed so many things for me and put me back into alignment, and things work on my body and in my body. It got rid of allergies that I thought I had, and everything like that was bad was different. And some things still remain. And now I'm realizing like how precious my body is, and how it's like my best friend. Like, I love it. I treat it like I would treat a best friend. If I'm your friend and I'm in your life, y'all, I treat you right. Okay? I treat you right. And my angel said, how come you're not doing that to your body? How come you had to go under the knife? Same here, healing says, amen. Blessings to you, unconditional love on your healing journey. I have never related to people with chronic illnesses, with cancer, with everything. God forbid. Knock on wood. All right? More than what I went through in this last year. That's the card, the Nine of Wands, if you're reading tarot. It's the wounded healer. The sun is life. Yes. Every time I can get outside and stroll. Today I was with a group of friends and stuff like that, and I was just like, oh, this is amazing. And they're like, look at you getting around and being magical. And, da, 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 da. And it's so funny. I was with my bestie, and like we came around a corner, and there was like this wall of stairs in her, and she was like, are you triggered? Is this like Paris? And I was like, it is like Paris, because y'all don't go traveling to European countries if you don't think you're gonna walk. And even with myself, who was bigger at that time too, even I had to climb every mountain, y'all. I had to climb every stair. I had to walk from the scene. I had to walk from the Eiffel Tower down to the scene. because, you know, for reasons. And I did it, and it was such an incredible experience that I wouldn't trade anything for my journey now. But I took for granted how we move about and how our body works and how the sun nourishes us. Unconditional love says, yes, my soul has been calling for the sun energy and the earth, mine too. So anytime you see me outside with that blue sky, know that I am mirroring you and sending love to you. Unconditional love, I will be thinking of you. Let me get my Nepal wool beads up here so I can live my best necklace life. Don't you all love this? It's so good. Anyway, so I've been called to work on giving healing to you. And as a person in Pentecostal religion, that's where I came from. Hey, Rain, I love that song. Summertime. Oh, maybe we don't want to touch that. Y'all, I have some videos coming up. They're going to be pre-recorded, but I have some ideas about what we're watching with Jada and Will. Are they going to come for my head again? Off with their head. But this time, the message is coming from a queen. And I say that to every one of you divine feminines listening. Rain, Unconditional Love, Symbala, Momo's Happy Place, Emily, all of you. I extend grace, okay? And we are going to genuflect to no one because we embody the rays of the sun. Anyway, so I, as a Pentecostal kid, was like, how am I doing this? Why is this happening? But it's so funny how we will evolve in our journey. And listen, until you're laying in a hospital bed and you're on death's door, you don't understand. And I don't care if anybody wished me there or not, even if they did. You see, that's what they mean by no weapon formed against you will prosper. Unconditional love says, thank you, sis. You're a beautiful soul. Knew it from the first video I saw of you. Rain says, amen. Y'all are not going to mess up my mascara. That's what you're not going to do, okay? Thank you. I mean that in the nicest way. That's what you're not going to do. Let's mess up my mascara, okay? Thank you. Anyway, back to shenanigans and hauls, okay? I can't keep up with the balls. Oh, wait a minute. That's not a message for me. I only have one set of balls to keep up with. Who can't keep up with the balls? Pardon me, see how those balls just fell? Pardon? Who is diving back into the dating realm? I can't even keep the balls up. It's a whole string of balls. Excuse me. Who is filling your cup, divine feminine? I'm nosy, but my own angels are nosier. Rain says, hugs to you and all of your earth angels. LOA, all sorry. Oh, unconditional love. That's you with all the string of balls? Okay, because I was like, that's not me, Jesus. See, look at him falling again. That they just told on you. I feel like doing this like da 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 ba 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 da da ba. Okay, I might hurt myself. Girl, don't hurt yourself with all the balls, okay? Balls are good. You know, they're good. But be careful. Apparently someone is dealing with, I cannot keep the balls up now. That's so funny. I had no problem, Rain. Was it Rain? Who came through? Unconditional love had the ball energy. All right. Anyway, as a Pentecostal kid, message, I had to contend with what I had to offer, And if you would have told me that this was the path that my spirituality would go, I would have told you were crazy. They are a lot to keep up with. I know it. But you know what? This was the greatest gift. Even the people that wish death upon me, you know that song, many men wish death upon me. You know, it sounds like we're like super full of ourselves when we go through that, but people are really evil. And they do want you to just shut up and die. Shut up and die instead of shut up and drive. And the truth of the matter is I'm staying alive. Of staying alive, okay? If y'all see me, please know that every day, if I'm not here someday, that I lived every day in the Monette way. I did not conform, I did not bend, and I did not yield. I did not let haters, words, and negative energy bring me to the end. And I will say to you, the same is true. We do not fold. We come through. We are bamboo. We might bend, we might make a little noise, but at the end of the day, we are force-filled, a cacophony of green, powerful energy that's healing. Someone is really dealing with a lot of balls. I'm just going to let this hang here. Is that you, Unconditional Love? Is that you? Is that somebody else? Anyway, we're going to continue because there's more to haul, okay? All right. Let us continue. So we went through the herbs. Now, everybody knows, Unconditional Love says, Pray for those that persecute you. I did not see that fully. Let me see if I can bring it back up. Pray for those that persecute you. We didn't wrestle with flesh and blood. Amen. We do not wrestle with flesh and blood, but with principalities. With my Pentecostal upbringing and my Bible quizzing, I know that it is in me. Amen, amen, and amen. And that's the thing. In the last couple of years, when I really did wrestle with my flesh and blood, I was like, oh, these haters were lightweights. Laying on a gurney, laying on a hospital table, that was my great battle. It was not who hated me and whose ex hated me or whose new boo hated me or whatever. That was light work. I thought it was heavy because perception becomes our reality until a reality became my reality. I was like, I don't give one single F about these crazy bees. I was a lesson to them. They were blessed. Amen. To be in my energy. Know that about yourself, that I'm feminine. It's not cocky. It is the truth. Do you know what that energy do? You know, we hear guys talk about it when we're dating and when we're on the hookup train, like what that mouth do. It's a funny little colloquial thing that is said. But the truth is, what that energy do? Okay? And that's what I know. Let's clarify. Y'all, like I'm doing a reading on my hall. That's what happens. You know when you ever have worked at like a call center and you pick up and you'll answer your personal call like you're on the call center? That's what happens. I am literally reading energy all day, so I'm clarifying all this. Anyway, Florida water is a thing, a little red root chakra energy for all of the abundance it will bring. And it's a thing that people use. But see, the thing is, I don't love it. And so I don't recommend that you just have to follow the rules of metaphysical spirituality or of eccentric spirituality. Work what works for you. Like people burn sage all day long and strong, and I do find that it has its powerful properties, however, on a daily basis for higher cerebral knowledge, for communication, and mercurial energy, ruled by the swords if you're reading tarot. I find that Palo Santo works best for me. I resonate with the smell better, and I get a heavier level of clarity. Also, bay leaves too. They're one of my favorite things to burn in clearing my energy. I have that all packed up for tomorrow, so I'm not going to go drag that out or call my husband because I'm not trying to be in a fight, okay? I'm trying to fight differently tonight, y'all. But what I will tell you is Lotus and Violet's cologne. Lotus and Violet's cologne. Now these two have their individual properties, but this is one of the things that I use as my Florida water. And what I love too is that it's a spray bottle. And it's very light and it's clean and it's bright. I love the turquoise energy as well. And so you do not have to relegate yourself to what everybody says. This is how I clean my space. And when I'll be reading, I made sure to bring or to purchase a new bottle. It's something I am familiar with, but I purchased a new bottle for tomorrow because I was like, everybody doesn't respond well to Florida water. It's an intense and very strong smell. It almost smells spicy, clovey, and not everybody resonates with that energy. So find what works for you. The rules are non-existent. You make the rules for you. What works for you? And that stands for your relationships, your friendships, your marriage, your work situations. What are you manifesting? What are you doing? How are you working? A little quick message here because my mother called me tonight and I was just finishing up with a client and she wanted me to call her back. And that was last night too. And I was working with a client that is a fantastic client. That is not in the state that I live in, but she is a fantastic client. And I was working with her late into the night last night, like 1 o'clock in the morning, and she pays me properly and extraordinarily for my time. However, it is a slog. I know energetically as a practitioner that when I'm on a call with this client, I'm going to do the work, yeah? And I'm loving the work because the work is edifying and paying off in every way. I'm not just talking about financially, it just pays off. I get insights and all of that, and I get to walk her through some of these incredible moments in her life. But my mother called in the middle of that night, and she was like, "You're still working?" And see, my mom is a 9-to-5er, right? 40 years at the same facility, the same place, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I knew that it wasn't me. I'm the person that wants to wear this. I'm the person that was wearing the nose earring that connect to the earlobe, yeah? And people were always like, who are you? Like, what planet are you from? Well, turns out there were other people from my galaxy. That's my bestie. But it also turns out there were other people from my galaxy. That's this collective. Don't y'all make me roll my makeup. I'm so grateful for you, for every person that shows up, for every comment, for every kind thing that you do, for every message, for everything you've ever sent me, for all of the love, for the emails, for the care, for the prayers, for the moon water, for the tears, for the shared collective energy as we raise our vibration together. When I say evolve together, that's what it means to find your tribe. Staying alive, finding your tribe. I'm not like my mom. I'm not like the women in my family. I'm completely a different animal altogether. I relish in my eccentricity, but I want you to know that it's okay for you to do too. They are very vanilla. They are very ordered in their steps. And I am too. I pulled from them a work ethic that is second to none, and it's been said to me by the people that want me to work for them because they know I will show up at 1 in the morning and I'll be there for a few hours if I need to because I'm here to be a conduit of energy for you. Not all of us have the same calling. Not everybody will do the same thing. But when you have an energy to bring, a message from my mother, be the best at what you bring. She would tell me, Monette, if you're going to be a street sweeper, be the best street sweeper you can be. And then not even the angels can call into question your output of energy. I live by that. It scares her. She doesn't understand it. But sometimes you have to close off direct fed information in order to rise and ascend to your highest vibration and to manifest exactly what is your life's station. We all don't have the same station. We are all not 9 to 5. Some of us are stay-at-home moms, and that's the best thing that we will do, meaning that no one could ever do it better. No one is better than you. You're the PTA mom. The cupcakes are baked to perfection, perfectly. And whomever is coming home to you is still like, that's my baby. We all have different callings. None is lesser than the other. No one is greater or lesser than me. My mother's favorite poem, thank you, Mom. Thank you for this energy tonight. I don't know what's going on. She doesn't even watch my channel. It's the Desperata. And it starts off, and there's a place that stands in it. It says, be kind to everyone, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourselves. That's something that she read to me and she said to me, and it sat with me well. See, I'm not always the best at what I do, but I strive for the best because I know it can be true. She taught me that as a Black woman, that I will have to be 3 times as good to be thought as half as good as a counterpart that might be Caucasian. And while I have had incredible Caucasian allies in my life, I know that statement to be right. We just watched it with the Honorable Brown Katache as she was being grilled, right? Better head and shoulders than everybody else, but not being thought as good and maybe wanting to be shelved. That's my own personal story, but that's the mother that I come from, and that's the allegory. And so for whatever it is that you do, even though she doesn't understand me, she respects me because she sees that I followed through and that my work ethic could not be called into question or impugned. Because even though she didn't get it, I made it exactly what it was supposed to be, and I did it day by day with consistent energy message. Whoever you are, I don't care if you're a stripper, I don't care if you're a sex worker, I don't care if you're a vendor, I don't care if you're a chef, I don't care if you're a stay-at-home mom, I don't care if you're doing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I don't care if you're into astrology, I don't care if you're a practitioner and a reader like me, I don't care if you're a therapist, I don't care if you're a teacher, I don't care if you are actually a street sweeper. Be the best that you can be. Back to the hall. Expeditiously. Hey, Jeff. So, part of my candy, I'm hearing my love. Do you ever dream of candy coated raindrops? Y'all know I can't sing You're the Same, My Candy Rain. Now, who here is dealing with candy rain energy? Who here is dealing with a new love or someone that's interested in loving you? I'm hearing someone is wanting to love you. That's what I'm hearing. That's an interesting song to channel. It's not one that I normally would think of. So that's interesting. It also reminds me of newness in love, like someone that you may not be super familiar with, especially as I'm looking at this bag, and I'm thinking of conjuring. This is the energy of people that are bringing you in. All right, let's get back to the rest of the haul. So we have our spray that I adore. Oh my God, I love the way they wrap this. Give me more, give me more, give me more. A lot of Britney energy tonight. Who's the Sagittarius here? give me more. Candy. Mufasa. So let's talk about the candy that I was attracted to. So, let's see here. This is the one that I spoke about earlier. This is blue. Is it tourmaline? obsidian. Blue tumbled obsidian. I got a couple pieces of this. I was very attracted to it. This is about throat chakra and speaking. Okay, so I got a couple pieces of blue obsidian. I have black obsidian, which I told you is for healing, and I use it all the time. So that's one. And this is my blue apatite. This is literally for hunger suppression. Quite literally, apatite is used for that, but it's also used for healing as well in various many ways. I do have a regular apatite stone up as part of my crystal clear series if you're interested in that. I have a piece of natural rose quartz because you can never have enough rose quartz, and I have tons at home, but I really always believe in picking up a piece that I gravitate to when I'm out and about. I have this one, which I was very attracted to, rainbow or rose quartz in the sphere. So it has this kind of like rainbow kind of like feedback on that. I picked this up, rainbow glass sphere stand. I love that. I'll be putting a huge ball of obsidian that I have tomorrow on this. And I will make videos about all of these. I have green aventurine tumble. This is for manifestation, healing, and money specifically. So if you guys can see that, it's beautiful. And what else do I have? Carnelian chips. This is about money, this is about grounding, and this is about root chakra. I will be using this in some of my work that I'm doing and providing for you guys. So this will be in top of candles. Specifically, I was guided to pick this up. So some carnelian chips. These are little red grounded chips. And then give me more, give me more, give me more. Rhodochrosite, which is the stone here. This will be in the Crystal Clear series coming up. Love that one so much. And then, because I was traveling, I have a huge rod of selenite. But listen, selenite, whenever you're buying any stone, I highly recommend it. It is not something to kind of sneeze at. So I have a small piece of selenite. So I'll be using this in my energy work tomorrow. I have a huge piece, but the smaller piece makes it less intimidating sometimes for people that are not familiar with it. So those were some of the stones that I picked up today in my candy haul. And as you can see, they're shiny and they're gorgeous and they're candy. When I display my stones when I'm working with people, I put them inside of a crown because they are my crowning jewelry. This piece I'm so super excited about to use as a stand. I love that piece. So that's some of the stuff that I picked up. Is there anything else in here? Oh yes, there is. There's a huge piece here. It's already stacked up, so this is ready to go for consumption tomorrow. Give me more, give me more. Who's a Britney fan here? Who's that? All right, this one, oh, Septarian. You know, always pay attention for when your angels are communicating with you. And in the last several years, my energy regarding spiritual work has grown and grown and grown. And that means that it's called for me to travel. It's called for me to be away from home. But like I just said about my mother and being the best that she can be and do, it means that you have to call in the right thing for you. And this was given to me today. Given meaning I paid, but my angels gave it to me and they said, you need this. So I'm checking out and my angel said, just talk about this and just be like, whatever. And before I even said anything, the lady was like, hey, have you heard of Septarian? And I was like, no, that's not one that I have, though I'm familiar, you know, I'm a psychic, like I do this and I collect crystals, truly. And she was like, well, it's for people that speak to large groups of people on a regular basis. And I was like, is it really? Angels, thank you, that's for me. So I did pick up this stone, and sometimes some of your crystals will be an investment. I have a huge chunk of amethyst. I have other things. Those amethyst caves, that's my next thing, but I'm going to go to a South American country specifically to source it from there. So that's one of my things, Costa Rica, but that's not the country I'm going to. I am there, but it's from another country that is organic or originates from. But this Septarian was so a gift for my angels because I'd already checked out my other candy haul, right? My candy haul. I'd already checked out my herbs, my roots, my stones, my crystals, and other things, my sprays. And I was really delighted with what I had picked up. Hold on one second, guys. Talking a lot. Now, the thing that shows up here that I could not escape is this. Now, the thing that I don't have, and I will, because I've already ordered it, and it will be at my house by the time I arrive back home next week, is the light. Because when you put light to this, it turns purple. This is Septarian. They're called dragon eggs, and there was one that was truly like an egg. And these are from literally Paleolithic era. These are dinosaur eggs. They're not dinosaur eggs, but they are of that age. And they've been around for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. And they break in a certain way. And this is not man-made or done. This is just God's creation. You see how it almost looks like a giraffe pattern? So there was one that was a perfectly shaped egg, and I love that because I love, guys, I work with Shiva Lingam and various things. I have crystal clear series about that. I'm going to be making it about all these new crystals that I just purchased that I do not have in my collection because that's what I'm guided to do. But the Septarian is something that I think will be very helpful for many of you. It's so grounding, and I'm so about being grounded in energy, even if I'm inside during a reading. When you see how this turns like an iridescent purple, because I asked her, I said, oh, is it similar to Labradorite? And she was like, no, it's not. And then she put the flashlight to it, and I was like, no, like magic. So, excuse me, it was an investment piece, okay, because some of these pieces you will buy are investment pieces, but I knew I needed it because it wasn't something that I chose. Meaning I had walked around the whole store, I picked out my candy, y'all saw what I picked out, that's what I gravitated to. But it was no coincidence that as after I'm closing my checkout balance for the initial purchase, she says, excuse me, but sis, have you seen this? Have you ever heard of it? Never even heard of it. So don't be afraid to allow your angels to educate you. And it's because it's what I do. I always tell you guys all day, I talk to people all over the world every day. I do. I don't just say that for shits and giggles. I don't just say that to toot my own horn. It's just the truth of my job and my occupation. But I have been being called to work closely and intimately with people during these gallery readings like I will be doing tomorrow. And you better believe this will be sitting on my desk. One of the things that I do when I do a gallery reading is I have a collection of crystals. And before we even begin, so that I can understand if the person that I'm working with, my angels have guided me to have them select a stone that they're drawn to. So some people pick that big ball of obsidian that I have wrapped up here. They pick the Shiva Lingam, or they pick the prophecy stone, or they pick the cupright, which means they need physical healing and they need healing with their finances, money, and family. So I know how to read the crystals, and the crystals know how to read me. But when I'm working with a new client, especially face to face and across from me, I know how to read their energy specifically. It's another tell, it's another thing, right? And it's not just a parlor trick or a carny trick. It's truly about what you gravitate to is the healing that you need within you. So now I have this wonderful piece, and I will understand who my speakers are. It will not be illuminated in the way that it deserves, but in the future I will show it to you. When I do the crystal clear series on this, it will be uplit from the bottom so that you can see it's magic. I'm hearing Chris Martin, turn your magic on, to me she said. That was about his first interaction as he was getting into a dalliance with Jennifer Lawrence, and after he broke up with Gwyneth Paltrow, and it was his first time feeling alive again. And I associate this stone with feeling alive again and understanding with whom you are speaking, and that you have a calling maybe specifically with your throat chakra to connect with people about spirituality. So it was no coincidence that this woman who was we were chatting, and she was like, me and my girlfriend love this stone. So she was a lesbian, and my angels totally know me, and they know my attraction level. I thought she was hot. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I was with my husband, but we're still alive. And it was no coincidence that we ended up having this whole conversation about this stone. I didn't buy it because of that reason. I bought it because I knew I was guided to. Never be perplexed about how your angels will pull you to a thing, even if it's through attraction. Sometimes it's never about the person. Today it was about this baby. It was not about who was her yes, no, or maybe, and it wasn't about me or her. I'll never see her again. But this stone is going to help elevate things for me energetically, and also for people that I read for that are attracted to this stone. I'm going to know exactly how to work with them and what I need to be channeling for them. So that was one of my favorite finds of the day. All the other things were lovely, and they came my way, and they gravitated my way, and I love them. But that was the thing that I was like, oh, thank you, angels. This was a sweet gift specifically from you. I also picked up a piece of Palo Santo because I have a nub with me. So this is a big chunky piece that was authentic. All Palo Santo was not made the same. Oh God, this is my favorite one. It's clean, it's sweet, it's not musky. Sage is musky. Oh God, ooh, I get so high when I'm around you, baby. I could touch the sky. You make my temperature rise. This is what Palo Santo does for me. It helps me to think clearly. I really clear out my energy, and I'm grounded when I'm working with Palo Santo. So good. So I have a fresh piece to burn with the ladies that I work with. I have my pyrotechnic lighters. You guys have seen those. I don't think I need to pull those out. And let's see, the last of the haul. Oh, the last of the haul is my favorite of all. And this is, before I head to the next state, this was when I was in state with my bestie. Let's see here. Also, what I love about this ritual timing, really great marketing here with this. They have their hours, right, on the store that I'm telling you about, but it's moon and it's ritual timing. And they talk about specifically, this is just a little freebie. So receive optimal results with your rituals by aligning them with planetary and moon cycles. We're in a new moon phase right now. This is your official ritual timing cheat sheet, and in this manual we offer the best time and tips. So the best time for banishing is Saturday, dusk or evening, waning, crescent, third, or full quarter moons, dark moons. The best time for binding. Guys, be careful with binding. People do the work of it, but be careful with it because there are consequences for binding, okay? People that aren't wanting naturally to be bound to you will be very primal, and it could end in a very toxic way. It's so funny that as I'm saying this thing that has not bothered me at all is starting to bother me, and as I'm trying to pull it off, I feel it closing around my neck and I'm feeling claustrophobic. Fascinating. Yeah, be careful of who you bind. This didn't bother me this whole time, and as soon as I said that, they said be careful of the ties that bind. Some people, here's a message here for anybody that's still here, some people still want to be connected to you, and they would do anything, but it makes you feel suffocated. I never thought that I would feel suffocated. I was a true codependent, dedicated to codependency until I went through transformation and I really healed. And now there are some people I never want around me again for the rest of my life. And it's funny because that started to itch me, and I had it on this whole time, not a single problem. But as soon as I started talking about binding, Houston, we have a problem. So I'm going to roll it back up and put it back in its little muslin bag, and I'm going to use it in the way that I'm directed and guided to. But it was a fascinating journey with this, with me. And why can't I find the little muslin bag? You see? A little bit of shenanigans afoot here with that. All right, if you guys are still here, I am going to get into a unboxing of a gift from my bestie, White Light Oracle. So Aquarian energy. Love that girl. Love that woman, I should say. But she's a girl to me, energetically. Because we play. That's so nice, man. It's so nice to have a good human in your life. All right, let me see. Just put some of this stuff down. Let's wrap up this Septarian. Love this so much. I'm going to give you guys one more look at this. You guys will see a crystal clear video about this. What I find interesting, it has similar properties of Shimalingam. And the way that it is born in the mud. And it is born with a certain climate. It's born under the sea. And it originates in areas where the Gulf of Mexico once existed, up in Utah and then other areas of the world, not just the country. So it's very fascinating stone with an incredible long-term history, and it's called colloquially the dragon's egg for anybody looking for that. You can read up about what it provides for you. It's so funny, I'm super itchy from those beads, and I don't think it's the beads. I think it was the fact that I was talking about binding. Should I go back to that? Yes. Distractions. Healing is Monday, Thursday, Sunday, dawn, new moon, and full moon. Enhanced psychic power is Monday, midnight, full moon, blue moon. Love and friendship is Friday morning, new moon, waxing moon. Peace and light is Monday, dusk, midnight, waning, crescent, new moon. Strength and courage is Tuesday, Sundays, noon, waxing and full moon. Success is Thursday, Sundays, morning, noon, waxing moon, and blue moon. It's funny, I was working with my moon cards earlier for a client and pulled out blue moon. And I was channeling that, I think it's in the last reading. Protection is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays and noon. Waxing moon and full moon. Cleansing is Monday, Saturday, and dawn. Waning, gibbous, and blue moon. Manifesting is Monday, Tuesday, noon. Full moon and black moon. Luck is Wednesday, noon. Waxing moon, blue moon. Wealth is Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, noon. Waxing moon. And wisdom is Monday, Wednesday, morning, waxing full moon, waning, and crescent. Now, this is what these herbs come in handy for. We're going to talk about how to use them. We're going to talk about candle scrying, reading, various things. There is a whole world here that is not evil, but it's not demonic. It is just about you getting clear. This is the essential magic that we were all using in our ancestry. No matter what ancestry we come from, we had an ancestry of magic using earth and herbs in order to evolve. And I'm not specifically subscribing to any fringe religion or mainstream religion, you know, from Wiccan on down. I don't really subscribe to that. I've always been a kind of beat to my own drum, march to my own drum gal. That has worked out for me. But when I'm guided to share this spiritually with you, because I think it's going to heal, I take that very seriously, and I question it a long time before I bring it to the forefront. So we'll put our receipts. Do love a good receipt, y'all. I will say that. I'm a fan of a good old receipt. Energetically or otherwise. Put away our sprays. Put away our stones and our dragon eggs. One more time for this fan. Oh, there's where my muslin bag was. Isn't that interesting? With the binding. Someone doesn't want to be bound. I just found the muslin bag that I was looking for to put the Nepal wool pom-poms in. And someone doesn't want to be put away. And it was kind of hidden from me until this moment. You will conquer the energy and live your best pure life. Pura vida, as it says. You will live your best pure life. But the issue is that someone is really still attached to you. I feel called to pull a couple cards on this if anybody is still here, or for whomever the bell tolls, the ending is near. That's what I just heard. For whom the bell tolls. If you guys are familiar with that tonal block, clarify what this means. King of Pentacles, someone still wants control over you. This card doesn't even match in this deck. It's not the same. It's the only one here that's like this. So this is someone who thinks that they are not subject to the rules, is what I'm hearing. Clarify the energy of this. Chop, chop, if you're here, this is specifically for you. New collaborations are coming through. 3 of Cups to the, ooh, I want that old thing back. Someone misses you. The 4 of Wands, collaborative energy. The 3 of Cups. And the Justice card of divorce. Someone of you separate. Remember, that was the binding when I started to feel itchy and it started to not feel right anymore. Clarify the energy of that. 10 of, I can't make it up. 10, and when I hit it, 2 cards flipped over at the same time. It went from being like this up front to like this. Not seeing the truth. The 10 of Pentacles. Somebody wants a household with you. Somebody misses you. Clarify that energy here, but you're blocking them. I mean, this is so funny because this came through in the last reading too, regarding what came in. Clarify the energy of this here. One more. Boom. And I have the 6 of Cups. A soulmate misses you. It could be a karmic soulmate, y'all. If I'm looking at it like this is a karmic soulmate that misses you and you're triggered, okay? This is the 9 of Wands. This is Sagittarian energy, but what it is beyond that is someone who burnt the whole thing down. Funky 90, but one of my favorite content creators on here says, someone has effed up the church's money, okay? They done fucked up the thing. Someone effed up the thing with you. Clarify that energy here. Yeah, 3 of Swords. Welcome to heartbreak. But this is Yeba, my mind. I have videos up here about before and after when I was in the thick of it. So I know that kind of heartbreak. I want to wish it on my worst enemy. I have never felt worse than when someone had tried me energetically. Is that my energy? So I wouldn't wish it on you. But because you've healed from that, you are stable again. And what does that person want? Boom. They want to start playing games again. See, this is some third-party bullshit. See, every time I have compassion, and then I get to that 6 of Pentacles, I said, you know what? Now they want to balance it, is what I heard. Let's clear it. The King of Cups. Oh, now they love you again. You know, I don't have patience for this, guys. This is not the reading I want to give, but you know, I'm not going to be disobedient. I always bring what I am told to bring. Clarify the energy of this. Someone finds you as wish fulfillment. Please know that, okay? And isn't that interesting? Because what was happening, I was having an allergic reaction to the binding that I was like, I love this. I want to have 7 more of this. This is wonderful. This is the best thing I ever bought. Well, the thing about it is to know is that somebody, so I heard somebody got caught. And with the somebody got caught, what you're dealing with is an energy of somebody who doesn't understand that you don't see them the same and you don't trust them as a man or a woman. Clarify this energy. Let's clear it. Like I said, pull out some of these Ghetto Nun cards here that I love. Beyonce, Divine Feminine, and Are You With Me? Let's talk about it. Beyonce, Crown, The Misses, Stamina, Twins, Beauty, Blue, Destiny. Hey, I can see your halo. Someone can see your halo now. Fierce, exclusive household name, Queen Bee, Babies, the Hive. Yo, someone here is going to be a household name. I love to see it. I love to see it. I wish to be it. And I also decree it for you. Amen. Can we speak about the name? Bring it in. Amen. Let's take a look here. Let's see what the message is. Bottom of the deck. Can't make it up. I can't make it up. I'm not even going to shuffle too much so you know I didn't tamper with it. Jay-Z. H to the Izzo. V to the Izzy. For shizzle, my nizzle. Used to hustle. Dribble down in VA. What we are dealing with is someone who wants to evolve. I will try to fix you. I'm changing. That's what I'm hearing is Garth Brooks, that I'm changing song. Well, since a man will do is anything I do for you. Y'all, I'm so sick of them. Someone in your life is promising that they're changing. Now, we know that Jay-Z changed for Beyonce, but it was after 444. Because before that, he was like, I want more, 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 more. Girls, I do adore. Put your number in the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, all that. Change clothes and go. Someone thought they were fresh to death. They had 99 problems in Divine Feminine, you weren't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, sir. I got 99 problems and I ain't one. If you're feeling like a pimp, go on, brush your shoulders off. Yeah. Well, here's the next line to that stanza. Ladies is pimps too. Go and brush your shoulders off, boo. Divine Feminine, you're not with the shits. What you want is an emperor who's coming in who knows how to be a king. Tune in, boom. You want the Black Panther. You want a bumper? You want a G with the big boys? Let's talk about it. To the death, rites of passage, enemy, unforgiven, the unforgiven. I'm hearing Metallica. Y'all, my angels have a wide range of music. I'm hearing Metallica, innovative, swift, new age. Yeah, you're no longer about that. You want something new clarified? What you want to come through, what I'm seeing here come through is this. Let me tell you what you're through with. Boys in the hood and people that know they need to do the right thing, but they're not bringing it in. Clarify the energy of that. Sade, you had a smooth operator. I keep crying for you. I keep dying for you. This is no ordinary love. No ordinary love. Off tune, but not wrong. This is Divine Feminine as well, but this is one who's grown up. See, Beyonce is, oh, 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 oh. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. We've been there. But Sade says, I'm done. And Sade says, I'm a soldier of love. That's where you are, Divine Feminine. Clarify that. Oh, and we have cards dropping. Oh, training day. Someone was deceptive that came your way. They threw you off your path. Let's talk about the keywords. Anarch, good cop, bad cop, survival. Surgical with this. I love that. I am surgical with this. When we aim, we don't miss. What are we? Spiritual snipers, sis. So for any divine masculine or feminine who tried it, they lost. They were not a friend. They were two-faced. It was a setup. There was a RICO case, and guess who got the promotion? It wasn't the person that was hiding their face. That was two-faced. It was the person in the back. It was Ethan. Amen. And the church said, amen. Clarify the energy of the goodies. Some of these people have been holding on to you since the beginning of time, since you were a teenager, and that's what this was about too, but it was a booby trap. It always was for you. They are lost boys. They are busybodies. They are thieves. They are too caught up with the community. They do not have a way to see themselves out. X does not mark the spot. They do not know what they're about. They are filled with obstacles and no adventure. They thought they had jewels. It was hidden treasure, but the treasure was the truth, and the truth was this. They were dealing with devils. Come on. That's a channel message, all right? Some of you left just in time, and here's how I know, because this is what they had on their mind. They were Chris Brown. You see this? You see this energy? Let's talk about it. Grass ain't greener. Now they realize that karmic wasn't their person, dancing machine, but they keep moving to the rhythm. Evolve. Oh, they're called to do it. It's on the card. I can't make this up. It says evolve. I'm not making this up, guys. Some of them needed to. They got a new flame. That's in your life, right? Nothing will ever be the same. Grown-ass man. That's what the new flame is. Royalty. That's what you're getting, sis. Your royalty. These hoes ain't loyal. When a rich what wants you? These hoes ain't loyal. They weren't loyal. And now you have someone rich that wants you. Rich in life, rich in abundance, rich in wisdom, rich in finances, rich in sexual energy, rich in friendship energy, rich in longevity, rich in consistency. Do I need to go on? You want me to do a whole poem? Clarify. And to the person in the back, it's a tombstone. Come on now. I can't make it up. Let's talk about it. Tombstone, a showdown, Bonnie and Clyde. Oh, they thought they had a ride or die, Bonnie and Clyde. Wait for me in this life of sin. A showdown, disruption, arrivals, hotel, casinos, and bars. Someone was gambling. Legend has it there was a change of location. People were corrupt. Hell's coming with me. They were lawless, and now they're in the dark, and it's just them. See, they're by themselves. They're in their Drake energy. Scorpionic energy has touched their lives, and now nothing is right. We're going from death to rebirth and back to night. Scorpionic energy moving quietly, creepily. Night owl, do not disturb. Luxury, a ladies' man who wanted the finer things. October's very own. Somebody was dealing with a Scorpio energy. It wasn't just me. Somebody here has Scorpionic energy in their life, whether they were actual Scorpio or if it was someone that was representing or stealing them away from their wife or husband. Thank me later is what that Scorpionic energy says. And I will tell you the truth, to the person that was my Scorpionic energy, chef's kiss, chef's kiss. I thank you. Couldn't have played it better. I hope you're still watching Ho. Ho indeed. Pretty woman. Big mistake. Huge. Let me go back. Top 5, Dead or Alive, Poppy, Loverboy, Champagne Poppy. One of y'all had a little playboy. They got a karmic energy that messed up their whole life. And that person was actually a prostitute. No offense to Julie here. She played a fine role. What that mouth do is what I heard. But Divine Feminine, we know what that energy do. Okay? It's even better. It's absurd what that energy do. And it's topped off with what that mouth do. Meaning we combine sexual energy with emotionality, with physicality, with real energy. Let's talk about it. Laugh. High vibes. Rags to riches. Sing, fa la 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 la. I just heard it on Nicki Minaj's Bussin'. She says, I grab his mic and I say, fa la 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 la. Good-hearted, natural beauty, breaking toxic behavior. Shop. What was I just doing? A haul. Live. What are we going? Live. I can't make it up, y'all. I'm not telling you a lie. Look at the words on the card. It's the good by and by, the sweet by and by. They actually got with a prostitute. They treated you like a prostitute. Then you evolved into the pretty woman. And it was a big mistake. Huge. Bags in hand. Spending money with your woman or your man. What that energy do. But they thought the grass was greener. 'Cause, oh, what does it say here? 'Twas not true. That's sad. Clarify one more here. Nightmare on Elm Street, that's what the karmic is, that's where they are residing actually. Oh, and the next card here is this. It was Poetic Justice. Let's talk about it. Nightmare on Elm Street, bad dreams, razor sharp subconscious fear, sleepless nights, child neglect, register offender, burned, scarred, hellbound, a nightmare, not in your head. Freddy Krueger, they wish they were dead. Ooh, you see how that card just fell off? It just flew away from me. I can't even be in that energy, and neither can you, Divine Feminine. Let's talk about what our Poetic Justice is. Love is a juice, opposites attract, grew up too fast, trauma, male, hurt and pain, family reunion, toxic friends, road trip. Somebody wants you to come back to them. It's not happening. Not happening. And why? Because God. But God, the great I am, said not today. No woman or man ever gets to make you scream again, ever gets to make you know that an apex predator is circling. You have done too much of this all your life. You had to fight, so we put it in the color white. It is your ex. They are not next. You will move on into the light. You ascend, Earth Angel, like Aaliyah. And so many that hated on you now want to be ya. I don't hang with jealous bitches. That's a weak disease. That's a remix with Nicki and Bia. A whole lot of money in this mother. I don't hang with jealous bitches. That's a weak disease. How many of these bitches were jealous? That's a weak disease. A whole lot of money in this whatever. Whether that's financially or you just being able to weather the storm. You are abundantly financially rich, and no one and nothing can shake you from it. Let's do the unboxing. Oh, we're just talking tonight, guys. I don't hang with jealous bitches. That's a weak disease. I love that. If you guys have not heard Bia and Nicki Minaj, a whole lot of money. I put on my jewelry just to go to the bodega. Love her accent. She is from New York. I put on my jewelry just to go to the bodega, and I keep it with me just so that I'm feeling safer. Yeah. I don't hang with jealous bees. That's a weak disease. I'm feeling real kind of hood about that right now, guys. How many of you guys are dealing with people with jealousy? The Divine Feminine reading that I did earlier was dealing with issues of people that were dealing with jealousy. And they weren't wanting you to succeed, and they weren't wanting you to win, and you had to divest from them. God, is that not the story of our lives? put on my jewelry just so that I'm feeling safer. Fendi on my feet when I go to the bodega. I was at a bodega today. Essentially, that's what this is. I put on my Fendi just so that I'm feeling safer. I love that for you guys. There's a whole lot of money. You are worth a lot. You are expensive. You smell expensive. You seem expensive. You energetically are expensive. People now know your value. And the Emperor, the Divine Masculine, is no longer a bad boy. Bad boy is someone that's already done their spiritual work. They look at the man in the mirror. Yeah. They asked him to change his ways. And now you're not having girl problems or boy problems. No one feels bad for you, son. You got 99 problems, and maybe your CPA, maybe your taxes is one, but not in a bad way, because it always gets done. And then you get to fly out because you're having fun. They got 99 bitches. Ooh, that was Freudian. And it's all problems, son. Oh my God. Won't he do it? Will he, won't he? Some of you guys where it was just an XD bestie, a covert narcissist. You don't hang with jealous bees. It's a weak disease. Those jealous bees will try to bring you to your knees, envying and look at everything they see, trying to emulate and be. But there's only one when we're dealing with empath and divine feminine energy. The deer of the Delta. Delta Dawn, Delta Dawn. What's that flower you got on? It's Foxy. Ooh, this one fell out. It fell upside down. Let's take it. Obi Dyer. This is the deck that my bestie got me. So we're going to take things. Whew, and we're going to read it one more because I can tell these are going to be intense. Whew. Ooh, Queen of the Naga. Okay, I'm going to take one more that falls out on its own because I feel very called to this. Ooh, magnetism of arrows. You see how the lies happen? You see how my angels are like, and so work, you better work. Cupid dissolve thee. Work to the left. Cover girl, it's your world. Do your thing and make love to the camera. Cover girl, Mandela of the heart. Didn't fall out on its own. Ah, there we go. We had two more. Y'all, when my angels really get on here and work, they need it. They don't care. They don't care if I've had dinner. They don't care what my husband's doing. They don't care. They said work, and I got 3 cards. Anapias, Basset, 174 hertz. I have no idea. Yogini of the 285 hertz. Y'all, what cards did my bestie get me? This is so interesting to me. Powerful energy. Yogini. Y'all, I gotta read these. I put on my jewelry just so that I'm feeling safer. I don't hang with jealous bees. That's a weak disease. That's the message here. Someone who is jealous of you. It's born of insecurity. It's not something that you do. It doesn't mean you don't have jealousies. It means that you don't indulge in them. We all have everything. We don't always indulge in everything and anything. All right, guys. I don't know who's here with me. I don't know who's going to watch this through. But apparently, I have a huge message for you. It's chunky. They call me Stacy. That's not my name. Somebody didn't know your name. Put some respect on my name. Hey, put some respect on my name. That's what I'm hearing. Put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. Call me Stacy. That's not my name. Someone had you fucked up, Divine Feminine. That's what I have to say. Someone had you really messed up. Whew. Here we go. And let the heavy begin. Deer of the Delta. 26. Let's see, y'all. I did not mean to pull all these. And listen, speed it up to 2 times when it's on playback. Because I'm not trying to keep you here for the rest of your life. But when I have to do work, I have to do it. Without any force, you can overcome even the extreme negatives. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level because the real you is always empowered and protected in the light. Come on, angels. Come through, Divine Feminine. Listen, let me plug my phone in because I know it's about to be on some craziness. My angel said plug it in because they said we're going to be here for a minute. Ooh, I don't hang with jealous bees. It's a weak disease. Let me go ahead and get some juice in here. We're at 8%. We're at 8%, but we're still doing what? Living, thriving, and learning. Listen, Some things can only happen when we let go at the deepest inner level. Regenerative healing is one of them. Shamans of old understood that to obtain transformational awareness, one has to, let's talk about what one has to do. What does one have to do? One has to, boom, one has to sever themselves from the world as one knew it or knows it. To unlearn what was once new to be reborn. In that rebirth, a new understanding of vitality, clarity, and purpose can emerge. The shamanic realm of this realm is a delta brainwave, the state of deep sleep. Here, y'all, they told us to go to sleep. They say you're tired, divine feminine. That's literally, figuratively, and actually, you are tired. There's a temporary paralysis at this level, which allows for the deepest healing and renewal. Here, the gateway to the universal mind is entered, and the precious recalibrating treasures of the healing are gained. In Delta, we surrender completely to a great and powerful intelligence far beyond our understanding. When I first realized that my angels were downloading me, I was getting like literally Morse code sounds. It was maybe in my late teens, early 20s, and I was scared of it because I was like, is this demonic because of my upbringing? And it was really my angels giving me downloads. They don't say what it is, but I knew I was getting downloads and codes to do the work that I do today. Had no idea it was going to go this way, but I remember getting beep, 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 as I was in a REM state of sleep. So sleeping is important for someone here listening. At 0 hertz to 4 hertz, the delta waves are the slowest and the most stabilizing of the brain waves. This is a state in which the body recovers from injury. Ooh, come on, angels. And the brain has a chance to check off its list of deferred repairs and healing and restore optimal function. Someone here needs to use their CPAP tonight. This includes the capacity to learn and the healthy functioning of the immune system. Come on, angels. They're talking to me directly, physically, and also emotionally. We are not contaminated or confused by emotional or psychic workings of the old world around us. This oracle brings the guidance that the healing you need cannot come from the logical sources, but requires deep letting go and restructuring from within. Consider what practices and people could help facilitate this process in your life. Consider how you may value and encourage deep restorative sleep and regular retreats as part of your lifestyle. Whew, y'all, this is so deep. It calls for you to call for spiritual intervention with complete confidence in the grace that will instantly and consistently be bestowed. Your strength and power can flow from your spiritual connection. If you have been advised to toughen up, you are encouraged instead to remain true to yourself and find your strength within. We are not weak, and we do not suffer from that disease. Number 3, Obadieri. Never heard of that before. My bestie is powerful, and she really talks to my angels, and she seeks out what is wise for me. I'm so grateful for her. This is mind-blowing to me because this is not a deck I would have gravitated to on my own, and sometimes you need people in your life that know higher for you. It's fascinating to me how she's come in and known higher for me, and she's not missed a turn yet. Obadieri, do not turn away from your path, nor from what you know in your heart to be true, no matter what appears to be, nor what logic may dictate. Trust what your heart is telling you. This is fascinating for me specifically because it came out upside down. It's the only card that flew out upside down, so I always take a reversal, especially if my deck is righted, and I keep my deck righted. As the Get On None says, I don't read inverse decks because that's some bullshit, and it is. I really believe that's to be true. But I have deviated from a path that I know to be true. Like, I know something right now in my life, so this is me being vulnerable with you. I know something for a fact about a venture that I'm getting into. And because I hadn't lined up the way that I thought it would, I've been like, fuck that. Excuse me, can we talk? Can we talk candidly for a minute? I've been like, F that. This is not for me. I'm going to manifest differently. And my angels are calling me to the carpet. Who else out there is being called to the carpet about something they want to abandon that they know for a fact they heard correctly just because it's not working out the way that you thought it would be or the way you thought it was going to go? And you're like, I don't even know. No, you know. And that's what my angels just said to me. You are spiritually empowered and you are protected by spirit. Trust what your heart is telling you and what you need to manifest your authentic soul path. You have what it takes to connect with the light and live that connection in a practical ways, which contribute to positive energy in our human collective. This is a Latin basis for the word obedience. Come on. And that's something I pride myself on being. And when I tell you I'm spilling my own tea, that lately there is something that I have not been obedient about. I have been like, it's not working the way I thought. It's not for me. Clearly this is a sign. And they're telling me, change your mind, because we didn't tell you it wasn't for you. You told you it wasn't for you because it's not coming true in the way you thought it would. But we told you what it was, and it will come to fruition just like we said it would. And you and everybody involved will know. Come on, angels. Yeah, we'll write that card. I get it now. It's far from conforming to authority. The original meaning was to listen, to hear, and to not turn away. And that's what I've been doing. Y'all, they're calling me to the carpet. I'm right there with you. I've been turning away. I've been like, this must not be right, because I manifest very quickly. This doesn't make any sense. And they said, no, it just needs some more time to cook in the light. It needs some more time to cook in the light. Everybody involved needs to understand that it's right. And I've been struggling with it because I'm like, no, I'm not going to look crazy. Like, I'm triggered, right? After we've been on our journeys with our divine masculine and feminine, we're like, I am not going to look crazy again. Whatever that may be, even if this is platonically, businessly, romantically, for me, it is a mixture of business specifically. And I'm like, I don't know if this is for me. And I want to be very careful. So be careful that you're not turning something away. Do not turn it away. The oracle of obedience is about becoming a sacred rebel, giving up faith in the ways of the world and embracing the ways of the spirit unconditionally. That means refusing to torture yourself with horror stories that society and your own mind conjure up from time to time. This guidance is encouraging you to connect through your heart with a spiritual light. Come on. You may consider yourself feisty, independent, and a strong person, rather than one who's docile and surrendered in spirit. A vibrant, powerful personality may feel initial resistance or confusion when asked to become soft in the ways of spirit. Yet this sort of obedience is not about giving away your power or becoming someone you're not. When we are receptive to spirit, we become unique and not less. More unique and not less. This oracle asks us to get out of our own way. Often we make things more difficult for ourselves, even when our intentions are good. This is because we see things from a limited or partial perspective. This does not mean that we should refuse to act at all. It just means that we practice sensing and following spirit by tuning into the heart. We will act from a more centered and wisely guided place. Our actions will be more likely to hit the mark. When we flow with the greater wisdom of life, far-reaching positive consequences awaken. Recognizing that spirit is wiser than your own personal opinion is a prelude to true awakening. The more awakened we are, the more genuine we benefit for all beings and unfold through our endeavors. To be clear, the guidance of this oracle is not to hand over your power or to seek out spirit to tell you what to do. It's always up to you to exercise your free will and live your life as you choose. Sometimes the responsibility behind such freedom might seem too much, but this is our task as human beings, to own our freedom and exercise it with wisdom and delight. When you trust your courage more than your doubt, you will be ready to listen to your spirit and act on what you perceive. You will be capable, willing, and ready to live as a light on this earth. You are also encouraged to ditch the drug of doubt. Doubt undermines your confidence and sends you on a mission to gain approval before making every decision. Approval can become the hit that alleviates the doubt temporarily, but it prevents you from building the strength you need to listen for your own spiritual knowing. You have it within you to be spiritually sovereign. This oracle asks that you recognize your inner potential and to practice trusting yourself and your capacity to respond to life's unpredictable happenings with a soul-honoring integrity. Now I feel called out. I've been out of order regarding something. And I've been using my wisdom that I would apply in everything else. That works. It works. It does. I'm really good at what I do. But that's not always true when it pertains to you. And maybe sometimes even others. Message. I don't know who that was for. Maybe that was just for me. But I see. Y'all, there are so many cards, and these are so deep. And I want to come back. I don't have my pendulum with me. I'm going to make the Bella pendulum. Guys, can I come back and do this later, or should I do this now? Should I do this later? Is this a reading that I need to finish now? Should I do this later? Is this a reading that I need to finish now? Y'all. Number 4. Anutheus. I'm struggling right now because my body's tired and I've got to get ready for clients tomorrow. My angel said stop. Listen to what this is. You guys can see how my process is with my angels. I fight them all the time. I cuss them out. They cuss me out too. They're not all delicate like you think, boo. Do not give up. What did I say I want to do? I'm tired. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. I want to go spend time with my husband. I want, I want to have a drink. I want to like relax. They said no. Facts. Finish what we said to finish. Obedience. First card. Fascinating. Do not give up, but allow your heart to disengage from your struggles. Give yourself a much needed rest. You're in a phase of recovery. If you've been off your path, you're going to come back strong. Amen. Y'all, I love to hear that for you. You will regain your spark of passion, inspiration, and devotion. A certain order of events needs to take place for your soul path to come to fruition. Commit to yourself, your sacred journey, and trusting the right thing will happen at the right time. A succession of work so one can regain strength, renew vitality, and you want to highlight productivity. It's rest. It is a rest for success. So this oracle advises physical, emotional, and psychological rest to reset yourself. So are they telling me I can't stop? And that might mean switching off without fear or guilt. Guys, that's something I struggle with. Is that something you struggle with? I have a work ethic that's like crazily indoctrinated by my West Indian mother. Indoctrination, never a good word, but it's true. It's like work, 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 and then the good will come to you. And I figured out a way to work smarter and not harder, which triggers people, but I still work in ways that people might not know. Like we're here and we're on hour 134, and I've worked with clients today, and I've had other readings as well. And I had a reading that went well into the middle of the night last night, into the middle of the morning. And yeah, so when does that stop? This recommends finding spiritual rest even if you're still working hard. Spiritual rest happens when we take sanctuary in the sacred. We give up trying to become something or other instead, and we tend to fully deal with the task at hand and be completely engaged in the moment. When we do so, we're trusting that the universe knows what it's doing and we're part of a greater unfolding. In the modern culture we live in, we can aspire to become someone visible, someone influential, someone powerful, someone important. Yet no matter how much worldly or spiritual power a person may appear to have, the idea that one person is more important than the other belongs into the realm of the ego. Spirit loves and respects all beings equally. My mother and the Desperata, my mother and the work ethic that she instilled in me. But the Desperata says, and what did I say earlier? If you're still here, for always there will be greater or lesser persons than yourself. When people have been like, you think you're better than me, I'm like, you don't know what I grew up with. You don't know that poem that sat on walls and in frames from the Dollar Trees, right? Let's be real humble about that shit. And I looked at it every day that Jesus sent. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Go placidly amidst the noise. Go placidly amidst the noise. And in doing so, come on, y'all. If you know the Desperado, you know. What our world needs are more people who are spiritually connected to your hearts. And as you become such a being, others will seek you out. You don't need to set yourself up as being anything at all. You can enjoy the relief of giving up any obsession with appearances or external validation. Instead, dive deep into the nourishing of your inner realm, of your own soul, with trust in all that is and all that shall be. Free from distracting and disempowering pursuits, you may connect, rest, and restore yourself with a real sense of your spiritual beauty, value, and presence. In the space of restful immersion, you realize you are enough. This oracle brings a special guidance for those who've been going through deeply challenging struggles of the mind, body, and soul. Perhaps you feel exhausted, divine feminine. Perhaps you feel confused and afraid. Even if you are still going strong in your outer world, you have a need for a spiritual convalescence. You are encouraged to allow yourself adequate rest to engage in activities geared towards healing. This oracle recognizes that there is something you have been working hard to bring into being. With a little more trust in your spiritual connection, you will find the way easier and more joyful. You don't need to push yourself so hard. Spirit can sustain you through your devotion and your commitment, so that every effort you make is more than matched by the inflow of spiritual grace. Don't allow your mind or the deranged ways of the world to create a weariness and yet another drama. Take rest in the spiritual light of love and rest from fear. Take rest from anxiety and from needing to work it all out right now. Even your most confusing or productive days, you can find a renewal in spirit. It is always available to you, even right now. Sometimes my angels ask me to keep going, and there has never been a time that I have regretted being obedient. And so we press on. Queen of the Nagas, number 5. And they really put these in order. It's so funny. A sacred task exists for you to fulfill. It is to be found through connection to your heart. Be open to only those most authentic teachings which prove helpful to your continued spiritual progress and personal freedom. Cleansing your body, mind, and heart and soul will be of particular benefit at this time. Powerful, subtle energies are helping to ensure your success. Believe that many positive synchronicities and unexpected allies will rally to support you, Divine Feminine. The mysterious beings known as the Nagas are recognized. Let's show the card here. In order to see it, the Queen of the Nagas. The mysterious beings are a traditions across India. Remember I said I had Indian food today? Across India, Nepal. Wow, the beads, the pom-poms from Nepal and Tibet. My angels are so nosy, y'all. As well as in other. Wow, I have goosebumps about that. That's crazy. That's crazy. You saw me unbox and take the plastic off this deck. I had no idea. Shamanic and cultural traditions. Nagas are considered to water. Nagas are connected to water and are extremely sensitive to pollutions and poisons of all kinds. They become disturbed when waters are polluted. That's so interesting because that's something that I really experienced. When someone was trying to triangulate me, a covert narcissist, I was so off balance because I did the energies that I was around. She thought it was as simple as like, I don't like them and I'm being a snob. They made me feel fragmented. I felt sick. I didn't know how she didn't feel it. I was like, this is the most sick I've ever felt. And then it manifested physically. So that's very fascinating to hear that. Can you guys relate to that? Like being around people and feeling their energy empath and like sucking it in and not even realizing it. And then you're like, oh my God, I feel disgusting. That's really what happened. She was like, oh, you don't like me, you're not my friend, you abandoned me. I was like, girl, no, I'm trying to live. These people are ill. They're unhealthy, actually, and I feel it. They become disturbed when waters are polluted. Since our bodies are composed of more water than anything else, moon energy specifically, that's why we relate to the crazy moon days. We're reacting to the ebb and the flow of the tides. The gravitational pull actually affects our body. I have videos up here about it. So when the waters of the planets are disturbed, so too are we. We can make gentle offerings to the waters of our planet and help them heal through our choices. As we do our part to honor and heal the waters, we help ourselves and the Nagas who turn to assist humans to further heal and evolve spiritually. Certain Nagas, including the Naga Queen, which is what is representative for us today here, Divine Feminine, are emanations of enlightening and higher beings. This Eastern goddess of compassion is said to assume the form of the benevolent Naga to help beings in need of protection. Enlightened Naga beings are very helpful to humans, protecting secret wisdoms and offering powerful teachings to those who are wise and committed enough to use them for the greater good. The Naga Queens help such practitioners overcome numerous poisons that abound in our world, deep emotional healing, and make significant spiritual progress. It brings two messages from the Naga Queens. The first is that as you maintain your integrity, come on integrity, I gotta be erect on that. Come on integrity. As you remain your integrity and take your emotional healing journey, you are placing yourself within a powerful field of spiritual protection. Come on, protection. Yeah. Continue to tend to your inner healing and ask for spiritual protection each day from the higher beings you love. As you continue with such practices, a palpable field of positive energy accumulates around you, minimizing negative influences. On off days, this field buffers you from your own mind factors outside of your control, such as astrological influences or other people's ego-driven actions. Let's talk about that. What they're saying right there is that when you are connected to this energetic field of asking for protection, being obedient, being integral, it doesn't matter if it's a new moon, a full moon, a black moon, a blue moon. It doesn't matter if your sun sign and your rising sign are colliding with a square in Neptune. It doesn't matter if Pluto is squaring Uranus or you're having your first Saturn or second Saturn return. It doesn't matter if it's your sun rising, grand rising queen, happy birthday, bad bitch, slay bitch, blitz say. It doesn't matter if it's a boss bitch day. It doesn't matter. That's something that I learned personally when I was going through spiritual warfare a couple of years ago. All of the things that I had put so much stock in didn't exist because I was obedient, because I was integral, because I was humble, really. Like I was like, all right. The song comes to mind from Christianity when I spent my days in Pentecostal music would play, and I heard, here I am to serve you. I can't sing. Here I am to serve you. Here I am before you. Here I am to say that you're my God. Like when I was in spiritual warfare, got my face to the ground. I was prostrate to the Lord. I was humble. I was like, you know what? Satan is taking me down. I don't know what to do, but here I am to serve you. If this is something that will edify me and exalt you, excuse me, see, that was for you, and that was my ego. I was looking for validation, and my angel said, you get none of that. You get cremation. We will eviscerate your ego, because it is preached specifically by Jesus in the Bible that in order to get to heaven, you have to pass through the eye of a needle. And what that means is your ego has to die. Romeo must die. Everything that you thought in the sweet by and by was going to be you means nothing. You're not your riches, not your accumulation, not your accreditation, not your positivity, not what people think about you, not your stats, not your social media. You have to get down to nothing but the brass tacks, and then you pass through the eye of that needle. How small is the eye of the needle? Here I am to serve you. When I was being attacked from every angle, and maybe this is you, Divine Feminine, I realized like I had nothing. I was nothing. And if I don't have you, and it wasn't a person, the codependency evaporated, it was eviscerated, it was cremated, it was them, it was him. It was the great I am, whatever you ascribe to or subscribe to. Do what's right for you. But it put me in such a way where I couldn't look at this. And I realized, like, oh my gosh, the inner healing is coming from me, but I am protected. Fuck astrology. And I'm going to teach it. I'm on here trying to communicate and connect with you regarding it. And I have a calling in it. But the truth is, when it came down to business, I couldn't read my sun sign and my moon sign. I had to deal directly with the divine message. The people that judge us for our spirituality, and they think that it's all of this other parts of the astrology, yeah, that's there too. And yeah, it's beneficial, and yeah, I'll teach you. But the only one who can fix you is the one who created you. That's my belief anyway. You do not have to believe the way I do. But you will find yourself on some day laying prostrate before whatever that created you. And no chart, no horoscope, and no nothing can save you from what is your greatest spiritual test. Never divest from creation. On off days, this field buffers you from your own mind factors and outside control. If some negativity does enter your world, it's minimized. The second message of this oracle is something of great value is at work in your world. Spirit works with tremendous subtlety, even when it is accomplishing a masterful stroke, luminous inspiration, and powerful grace. You may not be fully aware, Divine Feminine, of the divine protection that is being granted or of the negativity that is being averted, yet you are being held in grace nonetheless. Father knows best. I know what that is. And that's why I'm here to talk to you about it today. I know what it is to not even realize how many demons that are coming my way. And I was dawdling like a child with not a worry, not a bill, not a thing. And they said, they're about to kill you, sis. Run. It's that TikTok meme. All the music is ominous, quiet. And then they look up and they say, run. And that's what they did to me. But I didn't know how scary it was until I escaped handily. And I did it under divine grace. The same is true for you. I get to speak to you about these things that I hated going through. But I know now about what that divinity will do. We are highly favored and blessed, even when we're in our biggest mess. It's people that are surrounded and swallowed by demons we'll never be able to relate to. God, your angels, your ancestors are looking out for you in ways that you will never know, boo, until you go through it. You hear the cry, you hear the call, you hear the one word, and you know it all in that moment. And it's run. And that's when the greatest spiritual work is being done. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and agents of chaos and destruction that are sent our way to see if we will forget to thank the energy that created us. The divine can assume whatever form will benefit the spiritual seeker to ensure their continued progress, facilitating the right things at the right time. There is no need to impose a limit on the limitless resourcefulness and the creative generosity of the divine at play in your affairs. All you need to do is invite it in and trust. carry on. Whew. Y'all, they're taking me through tonight. I don't even know. You know I want to quit again, right? See my humanity? I'm tired, y'all. Like, okay, okay. The next one is the magnetism of arrows. Trust in what your heart yearns for. The magnetism and of arrows. Listen, here's the funny thing too. If you're still here, this message is really for you. Like a lot of people are gonna be like an hour 45 minutes. Monetta's wilding. She's wilding now. But no, all of that fluff in the beginning, consumerism, a haul, all of that YouTube stuff, right, that I was just doing for fun, that I don't often do. In fact, I don't know if I've ever really fully done it to that degree. But what I will tell you is it's for this energy right here. Who's here on the back end? Who's persistent? Who's stuck in? Even I have wanted to give up twice. You see me be like, y'all, can we call it a night? Can I go have fun? Can I get some of this rest y'all are talking about? And they said, you walk it out. Hey, you walk it out. Walk it like you talk it. So I can't just abandon you. 3 cards left. They said, get in. Be at the depth that we require of you. To whom much is given, much is expected. And I'm here. The magnetism of arrows. Trust in what your heart yearns for. Ooh, I have a message up here about this. The thing you want is wanting you. Trust in what your heart yearns for without concern about how it will manifest. Y'all, I feel like Stevie on this one. I just call to say I love you. Like, I just feel that. I don't know who that's for or what that's about. I don't know if it's for me. I need to do is take a sip. At least that, angels. Can we do that? Trust in what your heart yearns for without concern about how it will manifest. I feel like I'm supposed to do this. Take steps towards that which moves your heart. Reach out for what your soul wants and needs. The thing you want is wanting you. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. For only then can you be truly held. Come on, held. Come on, vulnerability. That which appears to be out of reach. Touch, touch, hurry, hurry, love, and come to me, Paula Abdul. That which appears to be out of reach or unavailable to you is closer than you realize. The thing you want is wanting you. This is a whole random word. Magnetism of arrows. Arrows is love. That's a good, sexy love. Sexy love. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the reaching out. The thing you want is wanting you. The magnetism of arrows is our soul's satisfaction and fascination with what appears to be different and calls out to us at a deep level. This soul's deep attraction inspires us to remain open, be passionate and willing to engage with life, other people, and new, vitalizing pathways and practices that inspire us. It keeps us moving on our authentic life path, living by the call of the heart. This oracle indicates that your heart is being called to a particular path or way in life. It may not make logical sense, but to honor the call of the heart is to honor the needs of the soul. The call of the heart can lead you into unknown and intriguing territories. It can feel liberating, but also unsettling as you let go of the worlds and reach for the unfamiliar. Following such a path will bring a fresh influx of energy and expand your understanding of yourself, your life path, and your higher purpose. It is meant to be. Eros is the Greek word for love. On a spiritual level, Eros is our passionate, open, engaged love for life. When we experience Eros, we are ready to embrace our journey. It is the affirmation of life. It is opposite. It is the destructive drive opposite of the destructive drive known as Thanatos. Remember, like Thanos? Okay, guys, snapping the finger, which is a drive behind our undermining, self-defeating, self-sabotaging, self-harming behaviors. Thanos, snapping the fingers. Thanos, ending the world. So we may engage in such negative behaviors in a misguided attempt to heal ourselves or make ourselves feel better. I don't like the thing. Come on, angels. Man, they're talking to me right now. They're talking to me, and I am upset about it. What did they say? When I said to this card, Queen of the Nagas, when they were like, oh, we're calling you in, we want you to believe in it. And I was like, no, I'm done. I don't even know what y'all are talking about. I haven't given enough energy to this. Y'all are on some bullshit. That's what I told my angels. I was like, y'all are on some bullshit. I know exactly what this is. I manifested things quicker. This is crazy. And they're saying to me right here, whoo, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It may not make logical sense, but to honor the call of the heart is to honor the needs of the soul. The call of the heart can lead you into the unknown and intriguing territory. It can feel liberating, but also unsettling as you let go of the worlds which Reach for the unfamiliar. Following such a path will bring a fresh influx of energy and expand your understanding of yourself, your path, and your higher purpose. It is meant to be. On a spiritual level, it's passionate. And it's Thanos, which is the drive behind our undermining. We may engage in such negative behaviors in a misguided attempt to heal ourselves or make ourselves feel better. When we act negatively, despite our best intentions to be positive, part of us is trying to tell a story that is yet to be fully heard. Until that story is heard, we cannot let go. That's why I couldn't walk away. That's why I haven't been able to walk away. Because the story that I want to know is a story that intrigues me. It's a story that I'm called to be in. It's a story that delights me. It's a story that tantalizes me. It's a story that engages me. It's a story that scares me. It's a story that terrifies me. It's a story that entices me. It's a story that turns me on. It's a story that makes me want to walk away. It's a story that beckons me to stay. What is your untold story? Until that story is heard, we cannot let go. We get stuck in a negative loop. To resolve the negative Thanos drive within us in our world, we need two arrows. Come on, we need to love. We need to embrace life, including our negative experiences. Come on, negative experience embracing. Lord knows I did that. By acknowledging and healing our suffering, we can find the courage and wisdom to live more fully. The challenge and the gift of Eris leads us to our vulnerability. From there, we can also recognize our strength and dignity when we become able to let go and heal. This oracle brings a message that life has particular gifts and modern culture that we have developed. No. Oh, angels, that's funny. Life has particular gifts to share with you. There's a promise of a deep, soulful connection with your true self and with others, and a healing realization that you are truly desired and loved. Come on, listen, I gotta stop right here. This is for all of my divine feminines that were broken, that were not cared for, that were malnourished in their relationships, that had divine masculines or distorted masculines choose karmics over them, that never could hold a candle to you, that paled in comparison to you, that never were evocative of your light and glory. This is for that gory place where you ripped yourself apart and said, how is this my story? This is for the person that gave up on love and said, never again me. This is for the person who has felt the flutters in their stomach that said, I long to break free. That's queen. This is for the person, queen. You are a queen. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to revel in your glory. Here's the thing. It's a realization that you were desired and loved. Sometimes our soulmates come in, our new partners come in, whatever moniker you ascribe, to breathe back into us life. This is not about codependency. See, if you are here and you're listening to me, you dealt with that, you healed that, and you moved on just expeditiously. But what you haven't done was allowed someone to come you in and come in. Wait a minute. That's a lemon. Wait a minute. Someone's having sex. Sorry, y'all. I was like, you guys know when it's 40, there's 40, and someone's having sex. Someone's letting themselves be free. Someone's releasing themselves to primal energy, is what I just heard. Someone will be having sex. Someone may get pregnant. But you haven't allowed yourself to have vulnerability. You are encouraged to explore new pathways, especially if you feel out of your depth and a bit vulnerable in doing so. More so if they involve personal healing. This oracle indicates a path is opening up for you and forward. But when your heart leaps at the prospect of it, know that something truly special, come on special, is unfolding for you through that pathway. Trust where your heart is leading you. I decided to trust it. They have just been doing a whole work with me. It's like I've just had emotional, physical surgery. Yes, I'm doing a reading for you, but this is also a reading for me. And I know exactly what they're talking about. And I know exactly how I've been disobedient. And I know exactly how I've been trying to shut it out. And I know exactly how I've been trying to talk myself out of it. And I know exactly how I've been trying to say it's not true. And I know exactly how I've been saying, no, this couldn't be for you, Monette. Things like this don't happen to you, but they are happening to, with, and for me. Because I deserve to be loved in my vulnerability. Clear it. Cupid, dissolve. We're literally working backwards. 1 to the 2 to the 2 to the 3. Let's get back into this Cupid energy. It's time to let go. Things are working out in their own way. Trust that your heart is wise and is leading you on a soul healing journey on the right spiritual path. Spirit, excuse me, guys. This has been so much energy. Empaths, please drink a lot of water. I have some juice tonight. But please drink, cranberry juice specifically, but please drink a lot of water when you're chilling like this. When I'm done, I'm all like mucus and like scratchy throat and whatever. And like I said, I have to work a lot tomorrow. And I have to be on. And that means I have to be energetically prepared to feed people and move them to the next realm. Whew, let's go. We have 2 more cards here. Trust that your heart is wise and is leading you on a soul healing journey on the right spiritual path. Spirit wants to bring you a blessing and a resolution, but you must let go and allow it to happen. Events are unfolding according to a higher plan. Even if your plans are going awry, know that it will come together in the right time in the best way. You do not need to be in control. Surrender the struggle. Hold on to your faith. You do not need to be in control in order to be safe and have things work out in the best possible way. In an often spiritually deficient modern culture, we have developed a kind of mystical amnesia. Oh, I love that. Mystical amnesia. We've forgotten the genuine, effective, and astonishing power of spiritual intervention that can be evoked by an open heart. This oracle brings you a message from the Spirit. There's a problem in your life that seems very real and substantial. Yet, if you approach it from a more mystical perspective, desiring spiritual connection and healing, that issue can dissolve. It can be absorbed into a spiritual light and healed. It can transform in such a way that your current viewpoint of suffering will cease to exist. There is a path for healing you. You have yet to recognize. If you let go of what you think should or must be, you will recognize perhaps an unexpected path to your true healing and inner fulfillment is opening before you. The Latin phrase "cupio dissolvi" refers to a desire to dissolve, to be absorbed into the luminosity of the soul, where there is beauty, relief, and peace. To enter such a state requires a loosening of our attachments and fixations upon our problems in the physical world. This does not mean that we deny our troubles. In letting go, we give Spirit permission to heal the state of the heart and the mind that has led us into these difficulties. It can be surprising just how much we hold on to things we wish to be free from. I don't deal with jealous hoes. It's a weak disease. It might help you to let go of reflecting what would be different for you if this problem was no longer in your life. Sometimes we might hold on to pain hoping to gain acknowledgement from a certain person who may lack the emotional capacity and spiritual development to grant us a heartfelt apology. Sometimes we punish ourselves by holding on to pain, holding impossible and unhelpful standards of inhumane perfection. We could forgive ourselves and move on. Spiritually, we have the power to forgive and free ourselves and others. There is so much to be gained in doing so. In a way to heal the heart from emotional poison, awaken the inner peace and freedom, and move forward with our lives. As we forgive and enter the temple of the heart, we can see beautiful visions of what is not possible. Feelings of euphoria may awaken. We may realize that we have set ourselves free from the past. Come on, amen to that. A constraint that once weighed heavily upon our hearts has been cast off by our spiritual will. Knowing that we have such beautiful power within can bring gratitude and wonder into our hearts. In the spiritual landscape of the heart, we let go of what we think and engage with what we feel. The true mystical experience of divine love is not just emotional, it's transfiguring. It helps us to transform ourselves in our lives. This oracle guides you to immerse yourself in the spiritual light within your heart. A beautiful and uplifting outcome is being offered to you. Trust in Spirit, let go and receive. Guys, this is a part of my journey that I walked through a couple of years ago. I was holding on to my bitterness and my sadness. And the truth of the matter is when I was like, you know what, that person was human. Yeah, she was terrible, she was this and that, and I could put all kinds of monikers on who she was and wasn't. But the truth of the matter is that I didn't care. I had so many beautiful things coming in for me. It was something that she said to me that kind of rang true. And when she was having maybe a drunk moment or a candy moment, but she said, so many people love you. And so I guess she thought she was a person that didn't need to love me or didn't owe me that or whatever. Like, y'all, I'm no longer attached. But it was so telling. She was living in a lack and poverty consciousness, and she saw people loving and liking me as a threat to what she had. She was living in poverty. And it was that simple. And for whatever reason, her saying that to me, and it happened way before the breakup and way before the drama and way before all of that. She said to me maybe a year beforehand, maybe 6 good months beforehand. I remember it was in Scorpio season when she said it to me. And I remember thinking like, oh, that's what the real problem is that you think that I'm not deserving of your love too, or that so many people love me and there's not enough to love you. And she was just living in lack. And it was like humanizing. Like, yeah, she a bitch and this and that and whatever, right? But the truth of the matter is I was set free that night. To some degree. I still have to walk through all these other things to learn to teach, right? That's what we do as my angel will task us to do. When we teach, we learn, or when we learn, we teach. But that was the night that I forgive her and set her free. I was like, I get it. You think there won't be enough people to love you, and there will be many that love me, and you're not wrong. Because I love many. You see, it was there all along. The answer was there all along. Set yourself free from some things you can't let go of, and just release it to spirit. I had to still walk through all my lessons, yeah, and you've been here to hear it. But that was the night, even before the breakup happened, months before it happened. It happened in February, and that was October, November, when I remember she said that to me, and she was like, it was like a poor person holding on to like everybody loves you and nobody like it was like so dark and low vibrational, and I was like, oh, you're just like a sad poor person that doesn't know that there's an abundance of love that you could grow if you cultivated it, but you won't. And I'm not hating, it just was what it was, and she's not wrong. She was absolutely prophesying, even out of her misery, that there will be many people that love me, and there were not a lot of people that would love her, because she operated out of her poverty consciousness. And so I was able to release it, excuse me, even in a spiritual realm. I was able to let it go. You heard the burp. I was able to really let it go. Even it was involuntary. As soon as she said it, it was like a burp that came out of me. I was like, oh, you're crazy, and not in a bad way, but just like you're in a lack and poverty consciousness that I'm never going to relate to, and you're punishing me because you feel like no one's ever going to love you, even though I had loved her completely. It was a very nice tell, and it was good to be set free, and it made doing the rest of the healing not easy, but at least manageable. Okay, the next card is Basset of 174 Hertz. All right, Basset of 174 Hertz, number 13. Oh, guys, we have been in the thick of it, into the thick of it. This was thick tonight. You have been moving. Let's take another sip. Some really strong, so don't get it all. You have been moving so fast for so long that you're not realizing how wound up you've become. Gently unwind now to drop into a deeper, slower healing rhythm and restore your body and mind and soul. Things will seem too difficult right now, and soon shall seem very manageable and even pleasurable to accomplish. The Egyptian cat-headed goddess of dance festivals, birth, healing, and sacred potions known as Bastet. Her sacred cult was one of beauty, pleasure, and enjoyment. Worshipping with her was not about ignoring the problems that you were part of, but a fact. Just as cats see in the dark and are natural and skillful hunters, Basset was often called upon for psychic protection from hidden negatives and to secure one's life force and enhance one's vitality. In her role as healer, and magical healing potions and sacred perfumes, she integrates healing with pleasure, relaxation, and sensual connection to the physical world of nature, including beautiful natural oils and jewels made with precious and semi-precious stones. It's so interesting because how do we begin this with a haul of semi-precious stones as well as herbs and the rest of it. Bassett shows us how to slow down and smell the roses whilst applying her perfumed oil to our bodies and breathing in their high frequency scent and that protects us through the heart. Guys, go out and get yourself a new perfume is what I just heard. I just did it. Really. I don't even know where it's at. It's so funny. I was just discussing with a friend, and she was attracted to the bottle because the bottle looks like candy, and it's like a new derivative of Juicy. I think it's called like Playful Rebel, very appropriate for me, and it's like a turquoise bottle. And it just smells really good, and it was a little like coffret. It was part of a coffret set, and I picked out the one that I really gravitated to. But I knew that I was supposed to get a new perfume a few weeks ago, and I did. And I love perfume, and I have a ton of them. Like you can't, like it's a thing for me. Like I'm really like into my perfumes and my various sprays and things of that nature. Sol de Janeiro is another one that's fantastic. Find the scent that's right for you. Their Charosa scent is famous, iconic, and classic. But I like their more gourmand one. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's really good. It's like it smells sweeter. I don't know. And I mixed that with other perfumes, and one that I was gifted from my bestie was Caroline Herrera, Good Girl, Bad Girl. It's like the high heels, and that's like a very grown-up smell, but I mix it with other things to like temper it down. Coco Chanel, Mademoiselle, that's another very grown-up kind of smell, and Energy Juicy Couture, Viva La Juicy. These are some, like, if you're a sweet lover, like if you're a gourmand sweet and more less flowery, one that I was really attracted to was Ariana Grande recently, Cloud. So y'all, my flavor palette, scent palette regarding perfumes is very sweet. But anyway, so someone needs to go get perfume apparently, since I just went on that whole rant. Let's talk about this. The healing frequency of 174 hertz is known as the pain relieving frequency, a natural anesthetic. Its musical version. So someone needs to listen to this tonight. I will be doing so as well. So you can find it on YouTube. A natural anesthetic. It is a musical version of the similar low frequency purring of a cat. Wow. So when we hear that purring of a cat, we all know that it's like instinctively healing. I remember going to a metaphysical fair years ago with my husband, and they were playing these guttural singing bowls, and they were big white bowls, and it sounded like the earth was groaning and croaking to life. It sounded like hobbits were singing. It sounded like the Lord of the Rings. And he, Capricorn energy, earth sign, all day gravitated immediately to it. And I was like, we need one of those bowls. And I have many singing bowls in various colors, sacral chakra, heart chakra, you name it, metal, Tibetan singing bowls. But that's what he needed. And it was this deep earth sound. So that's what the cat purring sounds like. And the cat purr is considered medically therapeutic, as is 174 hertz. This frequency creates an experience of grounding and slowing down that evokes deep healing for body. This is why cat therapy or pet therapy matters too. Deep healing for the body and mind, providing love and peace to organs, tissues, and strengthening your bones and your soul. Come on, soul. The Oracle Basset of 174 hertz asks you to slow down and take some time to heal, rest, relax, and enjoy your life. I'm hearing cuprite. Cuprite is a stone that I have in here. Let me see if I can put my hand on it immediately. No, I cannot. Cuprite is a stone I have in here. It's red and it's very sharp and it's earthy. And it's associated with the root chakra and healing. So someone here needs cuprite as well. Cuprite, cuprite. You can find it on Etsy. And find a raw piece, not one that is gilded or glazed. Let's see here. The healing and providing love and peace to organs and tissues, strengthening your bones and your soul. I had deep, deep healing. I had to relearn how to walk. I had deep healing. I had wound care that went on and on and on, yeah. And it wasn't inspired by diabetes. It was inspired by something that was terrifying. And so, yeah, in fact, I'm not diabetic. Isn't that interesting? And so cuprite was what my angels guided me to last year to use in my healing. So specifically, I know that that works. So if anybody's dealing with any physical ailments in their body, bones, collagen, and skin, cuprite is one of the things that you might want to traffic in. It's very good for you. Then the Oracle Basset asks you to slow down, blah, 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 blah. If you're interested in exploring any of the sacred arts of pleasure, including music, sound, and food, touch and massage, healing, play, dance, celebration, and art, we'll by the fifth house as we started this reading today, color and therapy healing, which with crystals and oils, this oracle encourages you to do so. Such avenues are authentic and helpful for your soul healing. If you've been too hard on yourself, it's time to be kind. Question and heal any guilt or shame which may have prevented you from enjoying the natural pleasures of your body. You're encouraged, come on angels, to enjoy your life. Your delight can be a source of positive energy for yourself and others too. This life is a gift. Basset of the 174 hertz reminds us that when we're moving too fast, we will miss out on much, including being present for sharing ourselves with our loved ones. If an issue has been troubling you, this oracle brings guidance that there is an approach available that can reduce suffering and increase your feelings of happiness. Open your heart to the divine feminine for guidance and inspiration. Basset is a portent of joy and celebration. Believe in the happiness and healing in your heart can create. Also, they say don't get caught up on the word cult. You know, I've been in a cult. This is the verbiage that they use, and I was caught by it. Like, I'm triggered by that word. So just please, like, pay attention and understand that this is just about energy. This is not, I'm not asking you to join anything with me, girl. You don't have to do nothing. You do you, and do what feels right for you. I will never force you into anything. I am nobody's guru. I get a little flustered when that happens, and people say that to me, because the truth is we all have our own divine, powerful, magical energy. I just happen to be someone who studies and cares about sharing it with you, and it's nothing that you can't do. Message, okay? Some of you guys are called to do the exact same thing that I'm doing. All right, the last card here is Yogini of the 285 hertz. All right, Yogini of the 285 hertz, and it's 14. And this last card was 13. We've had a lot of like 1, 2, 3, 14, 15, 20, 50, like 2050, 2050. What's happening for someone in 2050? That was unexpected. Clearly, something's happening for someone in 2050. What are we in now? 2022? So that's 20 something years from now. 20 years from now, something major is happening for you. That was a little bit of a. Any audible thing is a Freudian thing, and that was not meant to happen. I didn't do that on purpose. That was done by my angels. Someone pay attention to 2050. All right. Changes 2040, whatever I said. Yogini of the 285 hertz. Y'all, I am struggling. You see it? Pray for me right now if you're watching. Send me some good juju right now if you're watching. I am done. I am drained. All right. Changes in your life, including closing doors or missed opportunities, are not going to derail your fulfillment. Realignments are happening based on divine wisdom and timing. You're being diverted from unnecessary obstacles and suffering. Trust how your life path is unfolding. Stay true to your authentic healing journey because it's working, whether you realize it or not. Whether you realize it or not, it's working, guys. Significant inner healing is taking place in numerous spiritual traditions of the East, such as those from Nepal, Tibet, and India. This yogini is a female spiritual adept, a I'm loving it. Practitioner of deep yoga that awakens a powerful connection within one's inner being. The yogini holds a space for healing and enlightenment, moving through obstacles and challenges with wisdom, patience, commitment, and often great joy. She is our spiritual sister, our sacred friend, our guide away from the bleak, erroneous thinking of ego into the softened, awakened, relaxed, gracious way of spirit. When the yogini of the 285 hertz, and please only listen to these hertz, they will have someone on YouTube that's made it, makes her presence felt in a reading. It is a sign that we are on a powerful healing journey to connect body, mind, and soul with the truth of our spiritual nature. We are working at an inner level to let go of past pains and open up our empowerment and grace, dignity, and legitimacy. I love that word. In the presence of the moment. This oracle indicates that there is a spiritual approach to heal any and all struggles. So we're going to be repeating messages here, and I think this one is very potent and important. The tone of 285 hertz supports the treatment of wounds, cuts, burns, and any other damaged tissue. It is a tone of optimal health, just like the yogini who has accessed the original vitality of our spirit and seeks to infuse that well-being into the body, the mind, and soul. This tone is healing, correcting that which has fallen out of alignment, bringing it back to center. As the frequency of cosmic blueprint, it helps to heal our physical body and align us on our soul's journey, synchronizing our inner and outer lives. If you have felt a conflict between your inner aspirations and your outer reality, the oracle indicates the time for healing and change has come. The soul blueprint is the original spiritual plan for our development. It is the innate guiding wisdom within each being that knows what is meant to be. An example is the intelligence within a caterpillar that knows how to move with patience and process, transforming into a butterfly. The original and the purposeful wisdom of our true nature is life-changing. It can dissolve inherited pains and psychological struggles and allow projections from others which may be influencing us, yet about their desires, not our true nature, to cease to have an effect. Under the influence of 285 hertz frequency, we can embrace who we really are. If you feel disoriented or conflicted about a choice, trust that this chaos is a consequence of a cosmic realignment with your life path. Move through it with trust in your heart, patience, and a willingness to keep the faith, knowing that you will eventually find your way. These adjustments taking place within you will affect your outer world, just like the tumultuous alchemical journey of the caterpillar, transforming into a butterfly. Your inner transformation shall shape you and your world into the beautiful, inspired, and authentic form it is meant to be. Y'all, thank you for staying with me on that journey. When I tell you, it is a full circle moment for me, and I'm exhausted. I have no other words to give. I'm so called to pull one more card, and I'm like, really, guys? Like, really, guys? But they say yes. We're healing here, guys. I'm healing. What was the information? Should I even leave it up? I don't know. Clarify. What else do they need to know? 2 cards fell out. Jay-Z and Michael Jackson. Entertainer, thriller, moonwalker, off the wall, charity, can't sleep, artist, self-esteem, the GOAT, beat it, child star. Jay-Z, let the song cry, life and time, CEO, 444, collaboration, retirement, excuse me, miss, mogul, founder, blueprint, business, man, new me, titles, and contracts. We're going to clarify that. Bad boys, I'm thinking of Will Smith. What are we called to be? What things make us scream? What things set us free? What things are about our reality? That's what I'm hearing. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired of what they said not to stop. Whew. And so, I'm going to go, but not till I drop. What do I need to know? What do they need to know? What do they need to see? What seeds need to be sown? Let it come out of the sown. Thank you. Someone wanted you out of balance. King of Swords energy with the Sun card, Leo energy. Someone didn't want you to see. Someone didn't like you seeing the truth about who you were called to be. Someone wanted you confused. Someone kept you stuck with love bombing energy, stringing you along until your ancestors and angels stepped in and they moved you out expeditiously. And they said, this is wrong. You get control back over your life. Jay-Z, you are no longer living in strife. Now we send in an Aquarian energy to help you heal from the deception and the depravity, Seven of Swords, because you are this, the Queen of Pentacles. You stand on your word. You are good on your word. You are solid as a rock. There are loyalties to you from the animal and sprite kingdom. There is more that you will do. There is abundance that is coming to you. And the Aquarian energy comes in as a lighthouse to say, this is more than you. The Aquarian's energy emits from you. It is a part of your capacity. You are a healer and an empath and a visionary. And they said you pulled in something from nothing. Something from nothing leaves nothing. There was confusion, and that was something. I'm talking to the man in the mirror. I'm asking Five of Wands, the fights, the drama, the strife, to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. Surrender. If you want to make the world a better change, take a better place, take a look at yourself. Eight of Pentacles, do the work and change your ways. This is mastery, Divine Feminine. This is the place you're called to be, and we clear it. No more holding back of the other people's energy. Now you're holding back your energy. And why are we holding back energy? Because we are tellers of the truth. We are spiritual snipers. The Ace of Swords coming through, a wolf, hungry like a wolf, but not because we are conniving, but because we move singularly, not just in a pack. We take our power back. No more codependency. That's not where it's at, empath. We evolve. And what do we see? No more indecision. We stand Queen of Cups. And what happens when the Queen of Cups is here? Scorpionic energy, Pisces energy, water sign energy, Cancerian energy. We go back to the very beginning, a very good place to start. That's where we began, from a mother's heart, a mother's womb, a mother's energy, the moon sign, in control of our emotions, a place that is supposed to be abundantly flowing, ever giving our energy, always knowing, intuitively sitting pretty. This is the energy, Divine Feminine, that we are called to be. And I know that because I see this is coming next. Knight of Cups, offers that don't make you vex, offers that make you feel like you can puff out your chest, offers of people that want to be at your side, be in your set, whether it's friend, whether it's colleague, whether it's lover. This is what's coming to you because you emit this completely. It's coming through. Ace of Cups, wishes granted regarding love, but that's because you chose to love you. You chose to love you. And now everything changes. Wheel of Fortune and the prophecy comes true. Divine Feminine, it's time for a rest for you. Oh, y'all have done the work that I came here to do tonight. Y'all, tip your servers. Tip the practitioners in your life. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about thank you, unconditional love, alike. You don't know the weight that we carry to bring forward the message. It's heavy. But I am passionate because I want you to raise the vibration in your life, and I want you to get to this, the Ten of Cups, where you are working with a collective that knows that you're enough, where you found your tribe, where you're not just staying alive, but you thrive in being alive, where you're not existing in the ebb, but you are moving effortlessly in the flow, with your divine birthright is something that you don't just think about and speculate on. It's something that you know, where communication flows freely, where all of that Scorpionic, Piscean, and Cancerian energy nurtures you, transforms you, and sets you free. That is Pisces, Scorpionic, and Mother and Cancerian energy. The Ten of Cups. 10 is a new beginning when you've had enough, but it's one of love. You are loved. You are enough and you are loved. And now your tribe comes in because you said enough is enough. Queen of Swords. Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Partnership, communication, and innovation. That's Aquarius. Something changed. The card that just fell out is what you bring in again. Self-satisfaction, 9 of Cups to the Queen of Swords. 9 is before 10. Something had to end before the 10 of Cups could begin. Namaste. That is my offering to you. Now I have some recovery and rest to do before I work with other clients tomorrow. I'm wishing nothing but the best for you tonight and for the rest of your life. If we never meet again, thank you for sharing energy with me. For those of you that will be back, I look forward to seeing you expeditiously, bright and early, whenever I'm posting. For those of you that were just supposed to pass on through and get a message that was particularly for you, I love you. You are loved. Your angels and your ancestors see you. I hear your thank yous, and you're welcome. Here I am to serve you. Come back and join me next time, guys. And we will continue to evolve